You ever notice Jim Carrey just vanished? One of the biggest stars in the world, Ace Ventura, The Mask, Bruce Almighty, he was 90s comedy. Then boom, he's gone. No press tour, no big final role, just disappears. And when he comes back, something's off. He looks different. He's got this huge beard, eyes sunken like he's either enlightened or haunted. His energy completely flipped. He starts showing up to red carpets saying things like, "None of this is real and I don't exist."
Bro, I'm definitely not going to sleep tonight. What? What's scarier than the TikToks you're about to watch today is the fact that 90% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos. Thank you.
McDonald's was so disgusted by one of their customers, they ended up paying them millions.
Really?
This happened in 2004 in Albuquerque to this 79-year-old lady named Stella Liebeck. One morning, bro, she was like, I kind of feel like getting coffee. It was hella early in the morning. And so I guess her grandson ended up taking her to go get some coffee at McDonald's. So they drive up, they go to the drive-thru. And when she gets there, I wanted to get a hot coffee. So she goes and she gets a black coffee. And I guess her grandson ends up pulling over to like the side of the road. And she was trying to put sugar in her coffee. So she goes to sit her coffee in between her lap. And she was wearing like some type of dress type of thing. And it was like this like knitted type of material. Mm-hmm. She puts the coffee mug in between her lap. And when she sits it there, she can rip the package open, she goes and rips it. And as she does that, I guess it was the road made it bumpy. She ended up spilling the hot coffee on her
all
body.
Over herself, yeah.
And dude, it messed her up to the next level. It was so painful and crazy that she ended up going into shock. Her grandson ended up taking her to the ER. She ends up going to the ER, bro. And while they're seeing what's good with her, bro, they end up cutting it open and seeing what happened. Her private part was fused to her legs. Like it was literally fused to her thigh.
Like they're stuck to each other.
Yeah. So it was like, God. And it fused and it closed it. So it was like, yeah. After the 2 years, she ends up going to court because she tries to sue McDonald's for $20,000. That's it. And pretty much, she was just like, dude, like I just need $20,000 because I just want to be able to pay my medical. The McDonald's people was like, no, we're not doing it. They were like, we don't care. They're like, we don't care about none of that. You're not going to try to sue us. And pretty much, like the tabloids,
blamed
and,
it on her.
All of everything started to be. They started putting it on this old lady, pretty much saying like, nah, you're not about to try to get a cash grab. And then people's tune changed the minute the pictures got released. Everybody's tone changed. They said, nigga, give this lady her money.
For sure.
I'm not even kidding. Even one of the jurors that were there at, for the court, he literally did not ever again. He said this. He said, I was terrified for my wife to ever drink hot coffee. I don't let her drink it anymore.
Honestly, I feel like they got away with this for so long because it happened outside the McDonald's. So, they didn't really want to take responsibility for it. There wasn't really any solid evidence that they did anything wrong until these people seen what happened to the lady. Because a lot of people might say like, oh, that's her fault for spilling the coffee. But then again, like if this coffee was way too hot, then that's, the business at fault rather than just the person. Because it's kind of like, coffee's hot, so you should be careful. But, there's always going to be some times where you have an accident. But, clearly the evidence of this was really, really bad. Like the people were disgusted by what happened. So, it's a good thing that she got her money because she went through a very bad accident. So, I'm glad everything worked out in the end.
This woman had the police called on her for eating a cat on the side of the road in front of all her neighbors.
Ooh, is this like the stuff that happened? What's the face was talking about?
You're talking about Donald Trump?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is connected. This might just be a coincidence.
Okay.
This actually happened in Ohio in 2024. It was this 27-year-old woman named Alexis Farrell. And one day the police got a call from worried people in the neighborhood. And they were saying, there is this woman outside. And she seems to be bashing a cat's head in. Outside in front of all these people. They drive over there, and once they get there, they see this lady right where they said she would be at. She's sitting there, all covered in blood, and there's body cam footage of this too.
Oh, you seen the body cam footage of this?
Yeah, I seen this. They blur out the cat, but you see her, dude, she has like hair all over her lips, like fur all over her lips, inside of her mouth, things like that. The police are immediately thrown off, like, oh my God, this is disgusting. You could hear some of the neighbors saying like, she's been doing this for like the last like 10, 15 minutes. Damn. And y'all, I'm glad y'all came. Y'all got to get her out of here. So this lady is truly out of her mind.
Yeah.
They eventually apprehend this lady. They get her into the squad car, take her back to the station, and to this day, they don't really know why she did this.
Really?
But they were looking into her past, and she has like a little bit of a criminal history, but nothing like this. And she even had a history of child abuse, I think, with one of her children. They were like, okay, Yeah, she must have just snapped one day and for some reason decided to attack this stray cat.
Did she have like drug problems, stuff like that?
Not that I've seen, no.
Wow, so she was
Yeah.
just insane, out of her
She
mind.
was just pretty much insane, and I think she had a psychotic break.
Yeah.
And something made her eat this cat. And I think right now they're still trying to figure out how long she's supposed to be in prison.
That's wild, dude.
Like, I understand a lot of people go through stuff and, you know, have their times, but this is just like disturbing. How do you even end up in this situation? I feel like there's 100 other things that are more reasonable than what this was. Yeah, I don't know what would lead you to want to do this or even think about doing this, no matter how insane you may be, like no matter how much your limits are pushed. I don't get this, but I mean, we react to a lot of videos, but you know, someone eating a cat on the side of the road was definitely not in the agenda for today. So
These policemen in Peru found a delivery driver with an 800-year-old mummy stuffed in his bag.
Stuffed in his bag?
Yes, bro. So in 2023, the police found these 3 dudes that were like drinking at a park. Police came up to talk to these guys, pretty much see what they were doing there, and they started searching these dudes. One of these dudes was a delivery driver out there, kind of like on some DoorDash type of thing, but it's like their version of DoorDash out there. And you know, delivery drivers that work for DoorDash, they'll have like those little red boxes, little red cases that they'll keep food in to keep warm or keep cold or something like that, right?
Yeah.
They searched this dude's bag, and inside they found an 800-year-old mummy in the fetal position.
What?
This dude was only like 23 years old. When they asked him about it, like, what the hell is this? There's a dead body in your bag. He pretty much explained to them that the mummy was his spiritual girlfriend and he named her Juanita.
What?
Yes. And the way he got it, I guess apparently it's been in his family for hella long, for like 30 or 40 years. And I think like his father or his grandfather bought it off of some dude. And it's just been in their family for hella long. And apparently this kid would sleep with the mummy, sit it on his couch and watch TV with it. Like he really thought it was his girlfriend for us. The police confiscate this thing from him because he's obviously not supposed to have this. They gave it to like some museum out there in Peru.
Yeah.
So that it could be like, you know, actually put on display properly. And what they found out is that the mummy wasn't a Juanita. It was a Juan.
It was a guy the whole time.
The mummy was a 45-year-old man. Like I said, it was over like 600 to 800 years old. The reason why he even brought it out of his house that day is because he wanted to show off to his friends the mummy that he had.
Ew.
The 2 friends that he was drinking with at the park.
Ew.
They ended up arresting him, and I don't know for how long he went to jail for, but he went to jail for a cool minute though.
I just don't understand how people get into that.
Apparently he thought that it was his girlfriend though.
You know?
yo, this dude just had the worst day of his life. Not only did they take his mummy and his girlfriend, he found out his girlfriend is actually his boyfriend.
This girl dips her hand into water of the same temperature at which Titanic passengers were drowning, and she was able to hold it there only 8 seconds. Just 8 seconds before the pain became so sharp, so unbearable, that she had to pull away. Now imagine the passengers of Titanic, who were thrown into this water not for seconds, but for minutes that felt like eternity. This isn't ordinary cold water. It was collected from the exact spot where the Titanic rests today, displayed in a museum dedicated to the ship's memory. Visitors here don't just look at artifacts, they feel history itself. Modern technology recreates the atmosphere of April 1912, the sound of alarms, the voices shouting for lifeboats, even the icy wind. But the most haunting experience is a simple one, a bucket of water chilled to the same deadly temperature. The challenge is clear. Hold your hand in it for 2 minutes and win $10,000. It sounds simple, but almost no one can last beyond 20 seconds. The pain is instant and overwhelming. And yet, on that night, thousands of men, women, and children had no choice but to fight against it. Most didn't last even 15 minutes. They didn't drown their bodies shut down in the freezing Atlantic. But Titanic's story refuses to end. Strange events are still reported at the wreck site. Every 6 years, mysterious signals are detected, identical to the SOS distress calls sent more than a century ago. Rescue ships rush to the coordinates, but they always find nothing, just dark waves stretching endlessly, as if echoes of that night are still trapped beneath the sea. And even today, the mystery grips people around the world. Recently, a TikTok video claiming to show Titanic's last minutes went viral. Grainy and unclear, but chilling to watch, it captured what seemed like the chaos of the sinking. Millions searched last minutes of Titanic, desperate to glimpse what those passengers lived through. Real or not, the fear it stirs is real, reminding us that for the people aboard Titanic, this nightmare wasn't legend, it was life, and it ended in the coldest water on Earth.
If you or somebody else you know had dreams and aspirations on becoming an actor, you might as well give it up. Because she finna take over. Her and everybody else that's just like her. I know y'all thinking this is a real person, but no. She finna single-handedly take over the actress business. Look at her. She looks so real, right? This shit crazy, fool. This is AI, y'all. And the crazy thing about this, they don't have to pay her. So y'all remember how all the actors and actresses was saying they wasn't getting paid enough? And they was going on strikes and all this other shit? Well, think about it like this. If they make enough of these AIs, they can replace all the humans. I think we can stop it. The way you stop it is, do not watch any movie where you see a star lead as an AI. We gotta scrap it right now. We gotta draw the line. Because if we don't, they're gonna take over. Once that happens, everything else is gonna go downhill. It's not just gonna end with them taking over the acting jobs. They're gonna take over your jobs in general. I don't see why nobody is looking at this like it's a problem. Y'all seen the singer, right? The little AI singer? She out here getting fucking Grammys and shit. AI. You can't beat an AI. They can do everything to the highest possibility. Greatness. So this actor, she can cry. She can do the mad face, sad face. She can be happy. And she can do it at a high level. Better than any human could. Anything this AI want to do, it can do. And the thing is, they don't have to sit there and wait like 6 to 7 months to keep doing different parts on the movie. These AIs gonna get it done like this, and they don't have to pay them. So y'all think about that. We gotta do something.
It is a very known rule that you should not tell the people in your dream that you know you're dreaming. So many people have reported creepy things or bad things happening, whether that's in the dream or after this happens in real life. And I just saw this video from this creator named Mona Lisa where she realized in the dream that she was dreaming, and she was talking to her best friend in the dream.
But I interrupted and I said, "I'm dreaming right now." She goes, same dead face, she goes, "You're not supposed to say that." Fully, I go, "I'm so sorry. I know. I saw it in a TikTok." And then she immediately switches back on and she goes, "That's fine, just don't do it again." And then starts having a conversation with me like nothing happened. I woke up, obviously, because it scared me.
And that really creeped me out. Like, the whole concept of dreaming is so strange already as it is. And that really reminded me of the Mabelland scene in Gravity Falls, where at some point she says something along the lines of like, "This is not real," or "I want to leave." And everything goes from being happy to being creepy. And in the comments of that creator's video, there are so many people like giving their testimonies, and it makes me be like, this is why I feel like dreams should be studied more. There's also a rule in dreams where you're not supposed to ask the time, or something else bad will happen, or everyone will freak out. And it's just like, who are these people in our dreams, and why is this the way it is? Or is it like we know that something weird is going to happen, and so we're kind of like imagining the scariest situation because people make it sound scary. So then are we expecting something scary to happen, and since the dream is in our brain, then something scary happens? Let me know your thoughts and follow for more freaky.
This one's actually crazy because this just happened to me like a couple days ago. I was in my dream and I realized that I was like in a different reality, and I started talking to the people in my dream. Like, I think it was like my family or whatever. I started talking to them, and then there was like people in the background, and they just, as soon as I'm trying to like tell them that I'm in a dream, they start staring at me. Like, all the people in the background, they just turn all at once and start staring at me. So I had to play it off like I was joking. I was like, "Oh, nah, I'm not being serious." And then they all went back to what they were doing. I was like, yo, there is something in this dream watching me. Like, it was weird. Like, I could just feel like there was something like control of it. It was, yeah, no, I don't like that. But I don't know, dreaming is a really interesting concept. I don't really know much about it. You know, I just be dreaming. But yeah, let me know if you guys had any similar experiences.
Jeffrey Epstein and his island, it wasn't just for trafficking.
What was it for?
Fam, did you know he was really into eugenics and DNA experiments?
Whoa, he was actually wait.
That's what the book was showing. So he was gifted this book on his 50th birthday, and it was titled The Secrets to Life. They're trying to figure out if you can take DNA of people, manufacture it, and manifest things to happen in this world.
What?
Yeah, so apparently DNA lines up with certain coordinates in the cosmos, which is weird as shit.
So my DNA and your DNA is
It's somewhere in the cosmos and it lines up spiritually, some way.
oh, that's
Now, it sounds like stupid and a joke, but why were they studying it?
yo, yeah, and
Right?
they have a lot of a whole island based on that.
Now, check this out. The people that he invited to that island,
Yeah.
one of them being Stephen Hawking,
Okay.
and a whole bunch of Nobel Peace Prize winners.
Is that why? Because they're trying to say, oh, if they have the good DNA, they're very successful. We have to we have to see where it comes from.
You know the octopus theory, right?
What?
How octopuses weren't supposed to be from Earth.
What?
You never
Where
heard
are
this
they
theory?
from? No. Where were they supposed to be
You
from?
actually never heard this?
No.
So, theory goes...
This sounds like a dad joke, Loki.
No, that is real.
Okay.
Theory goes that octopuses, octopi,
Yeah.
they landed on Earth through meteors and landed in the ocean.
Okay.
So you can imagine that's why they're only found in the ocean, and that's why they look so different from everything else in the
Yeah,
world.
yeah.
And their IQ is extreme. Like octopi.
Yeah.
Is it octopi? Octopi, right?
Yeah.
Octopi have one of the highest animal IQs.
Yeah. Like the Kraken is supposed to be like really thing.
And they know how to get out of jars. They really like, what do you call it? They can maneuver really well.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
intellectual creatures.
100%.
Very different from everything else. Theory was the bacteria or whatever organism that was stuck onto something in space landed on Earth, landed in the ocean, and then that's how they multiplied.
Yeah.
Is in the ocean.
They called the it's funny you said that because they called the octopus the John Jones of the sea.
It is, bro.
Yeah, no, real shit. Because it's like when you look at the tape, fam, anything that gets close to it, fam, they'll shoot the ink and then they'll disappear and then they'll headlock.
If what she's saying is true, we're living in a reality we do not understand. This congresswoman right here told Joe Rogan she's seen proof of beings that can move outside of time and space. This is Rep. Anna Paulina Luna. She just dropped a bomb that I don't think nobody is ready for. She said while she was in the Air Force, she seen an unidentified craft that breached the military airspace, restricted airspace. Said in the pilots that seen it, she said they were so shooken up because they have never, ever, ever seen anything like this. She said it broke the reality itself. Here's the crazy part, y'all. She said she was shown classified photos and heard from credible witnesses their testimonies that these aren't just UFOs, y'all. He said they might be interdimensional beings, not from this planet, or maybe not even from this universe. I gotta think about that. If something can step in and out of time, where are they coming from? Another dimension? Or another version from Earth? Like, why are they here? Or were they here all along and never left? And if they can bend dimensions, they probably looking at us right now while I'm making this video. This shit crazy, fool. And of course the government do be sitting on shit like this. Luna said contractors might be hiding evidence without oversight. Bruh, if they had this information for years, what else aren't they telling us? We all know the shady business behind certain things. And here's another question. If a member of Congress is openly saying these things, does this mean we about to get a full disclosure? Or are they preparing us for something else? Are we being told what they only want us to know?
This one's not really surprising because, you know, there's been reports of UFOs and aliens for years, and especially near these like military bases, and they kind of been pushed off as conspiracy until as of lately, because now they're starting to say that aliens are real and all this stuff is real. So this might be a sign that there's something coming, or, you know, they're just trying to scare us, but, you know, they're probably just waiting for the right time to tell us if it is real. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's very mixed. You know, I haven't really seen anything too crazy myself. Like, I've seen videos and stuff, but like actually in real life, like I haven't seen anything that kind of concerned me enough to be like worried. But, you know, who knows?
You know the Halloween theory?
Oh no.
Or the origins of Halloween?
No, there's an origin of Halloween.
Yeah. So I did the Christmas one.
Yeah, in 2020.
Now I'm gonna give you guys a Halloween one.
Alright, let's go.
Alright. So the origins of Halloween, right? So it said that Halloween, October the 31st, is actually the only day in the year where the underworld has access to the overworld.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that.
Okay?
before, too.
So what happens is, like, all the dead are able to come to the surface, come to our world, and try to steal a soul from the living.
What?
So take this in, right? So the reason everybody dresses up is because the dead come and look for souls from the living.
And we camouflage?
So we camouflage and pretend we're dead. So we dress up as people from the underworld so that the dead won't take our souls. Now listen, right?
Why?
Now, the reason we give candy out to everybody is because supposedly the only way to keep your soul is to give to the peasants. Like back in the day, they would give to the peasants. They would give food to the peasants because it's like cleaning your soul. It's like giving charity, right?
Oh, okay.
So that was a way to stop the dead from coming to you and stealing your soul. So that's why we give candy out. And then it's evolved over years. That's why we give candy out to the kids on Halloween with trick-or-treating and shit. And that's why everybody dresses up as like ghouls, monsters, and all that bullshit.
What? That makes so much sense.
A bee scientifically cannot fly with its body weight and the size of its wings. Cannot. It shouldn't be able to. It literally said in the beginning of the bee movie, but bees don't care what humans think. That's why they can still fly, right?
True.
But there's actually real things that are going on. They don't really just use their wings to flap air to fly. What they're doing is they're using vibration to make themselves fly. They're using frequency to make themselves fly. You know when they put sand on a table and they play a certain hertz, a certain frequency of sound, what happens to sand? It creates like hexagons. It creates like certain patterns. What is a honeycomb?
Oh, it's the same thing?
It's the same thing. It's hexagons. How do they make that shape? It's because of the vibration they're moving at. Now, why is honey literally probably the only food naturally that doesn't go bad? It's been blessed by the frequency of the bees. And I think last month they found proof to a story that happened in the Bible. So you ever hear the story of Sodom and Gomorrah?
Oh no, I thought it was the Red River.
No, it's not that. It's Sodom and Gomorrah. In the Bible, there was this city, and people in the city were sinning and they're doing terrible acts, right? And God wanted to punish the city, and he said, okay, I'm gonna send fire to destroy it, but I'm gonna warn this family there that I think they're good people. And it happens to be this family of this guy named Lot. Now, Lot, he had like a couple of his family members. The angels came to him and warned him, hey, you guys have to leave because the city's gonna go up in flames. So they all dipped, they all left out. Immediately, when they started leaving, balls of fire started hitting the city.
Holy shit.
Boom, boom, boom. And it started like engulfing the entire city into flames. It was crazy. One rule God said to them is you cannot look back. That's the one rule. And Lot and his family were moving, they were getting away from it, but it was so tempting for his wife. She really, really wanted to see what's happening to the city. So she turned her head and looked out at the city, and she turned into a pillar of salt.
What?
Just recently, they found the pillar of salt.
Whoa, wait, where?
They found the pillar of salt on a mountain that seemed to be the direction Lot and his family would have escaped from.
Yo!
Yeah.
You ever notice Jim Carrey just vanished? One of the biggest stars in the world, Ace Ventura, The Mask, Bruce Almighty, he was 90s comedy. Then boom, he's gone. No press tour, no big final role, just disappears. And when he comes back, something's off. He looks different. He's got this huge beard, eyes sunken like he's either enlightened or haunted. His energy completely flipped. He starts showing up to red carpets saying things like, none of this is real and I don't exist. People thought he was joking. He wasn't. He said fame is a trap, that identity is an illusion. And in the way he said it, it didn't feel like philosophy. It felt like a warning. He starts painting every day, making portraits of politicians, media giants, people behind the curtain. And it's not subtle. Some say he had a spiritual awakening. Others think he saw something he wasn't supposed to see. During Man on the Moon, he stayed in character as Andy Kaufman for months. Some say he never fully came back. The old Jim Carrey, the one Hollywood sold us, might be gone. And the one who came back, he's either free or trying to quietly expose the system that built him. You can laugh, or you can start listening.
Did you know that McDonald's sells 6.5 million burgers every single day? That's nearly 200 million a month. But here's the strange part. Where are all the cows? Even if one cow gives 1,000 burgers, McDonald's alone would need hundreds of thousands every month. And that's not counting Burger King, Wendy's, or the rest. So where are they hiding all these cows? Massive secret farms, underground ranches, or maybe something we're not supposed to know?
With the rate that these businesses move at and how much they sell, I don't think there's any place able to naturally keep up with it. So there's definitely something shady going on. Like, this has got to be some like mystery meat or something, like either like made in a lab or just like not real in general. I mean, some people don't got time, so I get it. It kind of has its pros and cons because obviously, you know, it's fast food, so it's convenient, it's efficient, you know, it's easy for you to get. At what cost? Because you are not gonna feel good.
You can order sunlight like Uber Eats.
Wait, what do you mean sunlight?
So let's say it's 4 a.m. and you're in the middle of the road and you want your area to be lit up by the sun. You can order on your app and the satellites in the sky will angle mirrors and shine light directly where you're at.
Orbital has a new lighting service where you can like play with the spot.
Awesome.
Yeah, watch this. Just bring it over to us here. It's not crazy.
No way.
They're working right now on this.
Is that in China or US?
No, it's a US company, I'm pretty sure. But it's gonna be worldwide. I don't know how accessible it is to the public. Think about it though. There's a lot of ways you can use it for good. You can imagine, like, let's say there's a natural disaster and we need light to find the people. They'll be able to use sunlight to directly spot and give daylight to one place on Earth.
Yes, but I feel like there's more malicious ways
To
than
use
the
the sunlight?
benefit.
Why just keep man awake? Like, fuck with his
because that means-
circadian rhythm. Yo, you could really troll a guy like that
Yeah.
though. If you ever smell flowers randomly in the house and there's no flowers around you, that's a sign a spirit is coming to visit you. No. Check this out. Me and my mom, we were washing dishes, right?
Yeah.
Our soap does not smell like flowers. I just wanna say that right off. Me and her, we were just laughing. We're like doing dishes. We're laughing, like having a great time. And we're like, you smell that? It smells like flowers. Like, and my mom goes, yeah, what's that smell? And my mom's face goes like this. I'm like, what? She goes, you say, you know how at a funeral, what do you give the body?
Flowers?
Give the body flowers. That's the last thing that they're with. So the theory is like when you smell flowers around you and there's nothing there, it's like a spirit that has that sense of the flowers that's with you. And my mom, right away, she went and called my Lola and she's like, what is the death anniversary of Lola? What is the death anniversary? And it was his birthday. Yo, it was his birthday, not even,
So like he came to visit.
Yeah. The reason there's so much construction and it never is completed, or there's always new ones that are never like fully finished, is because if they're finished, people lose jobs.
Yeah. They work by the hour.
People literally will lose their job if they're finished. So you can imagine if they fix up the whole city, they can probably fix up the whole city in a month or two, 3 months maybe.
Yeah.
Depending like how the roads, let's just say the roads specifically.
Yep.
You can fix up the roads in like a day, right? Yeah, but if they do that,
then
who's gonna be working anymore?
Yeah. That's true. I've seen so many TikToks of roof contractors. They work by the hour, right? So they can do it. I've seen a person do it in like 30 seconds because they have the machinery for it, but they do it in 4 hours so they can get paid more. You know what I mean? So they just extend the time because if it's by the hour,
because it seems too easy.
Yeah. It doesn't. You know what I mean?
You getting finesse, man. Like it's $1,000 go straight to that.
Yeah.
Shit,
Do you ever think you could do that door-to-door sales?
Oh, I'd be sick of that.
Yeah, because I don't think I would be able to do it. Because as soon as a man tells me no, I usually just dip. You made a decision.
You ever sell yourself though?
What's the CIA's most disturbing experiment? They took people coming in for just normal appointments against their will, and they would give them massive, prolonged doses of LSD. In some cases, tape their eyes open and play these videos in front of their face all the time. And they thought it was going to reprogram their brain somehow. But what happened was a lot of the people had to learn how to walk again. They couldn't control their bladder. They had to learn how to control their urine. Some of them lost 30, 40 years of memories from their life. And these were people who checked into a clinic for like anxiety.
I know some of you think we just wear tinfoil hats and make things up, but just type in the CIA Montreal experiment and you will find declassified information that is similar to what this guy's describing. Very, very dark method, and it really does spark the question. That's what they were doing then what are they doing now? What are they going to declassify in 40 years time that they've been doing right now? I really do dread to think. I'm sure it'll be something very sinister and evil.
What's dangerous is when the universe kick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
Yo! So if you haven't been paying attention, Ray J went live on Twitch and claimed that Kim Kardashian paid him $6 million in 2023 as hush money, and he had this entire document to back it up. Now, the reason why he did that is because they are suing him for defamation about the comments that he made in the TMZ documentary about Diddy, where he said, if you told me that the Kardashians was being charged for racketeering, I might believe it. They're pretty much saying that that planted a seed in a lot of people's minds that connect them to Diddy, or that they're on diddler activity. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he didn't plant no seed, he just watered it. I'm gonna keep it a buck. If you are a fan of the Kardashians in the big 2025, you're a bot. You're not real, you're an NPC. This is all alleged, but why you think they call it the Kardashian curse? Why is it that every guy who dates the Kardashians, their life falls in shambles after the relationship? Because it was never a symbiotic relationship, it was parasitic from the jump. You mean to tell me you date everybody in Hollywood, brush shoulders with everybody in Hollywood, and you not on no freak activity? This is what all these higher up people say, oh, we were never involved in any of that, but you've probably been seen on multiple occasions hanging around these people. Kardashians don't operate as real functioning people, they operate as a brand. So when you come for them, you're coming for their brand and their empire, and they're gonna hit you with the full extent of the legal system. Ray J, this is what you should have did. Took that bread and shh. Other than that though, let me know your thoughts, I'm curious.
Something strange is happening. Why these streamers all of a sudden started cutting their dreads.
The face don't lie.
Next month, I'm growing my hair out, though, bro. I can't keep doing this.
See, a lot of these are just kind of like conspiracies, but like this one, I do kind of feel like it's a little bit deeper, because all of them cutting their hair, like it may not seem like a big deal, but I feel like your hair actually has a lot more importance than we realize. Like I'm not exactly too sure the whole like history behind that. I feel like your hair is a very important part of you and your life. So, you know, especially after that long journey of growing your hair out, just kind of cutting it all, and especially all of them doing it, like I get it, you know, it can draw some views and get people's attention, but I feel like there's something a lot deeper to it. It's more so like a feeling like there's something off about it, you know what I mean? 'Cause, you know, it could just be a normal thing for attention, just to get people to watch, but you never know. So you guys let me know what you think about that.
Did you hear about that fucking robot that guy is building called Nosy?
No, what the fuck is that?
Pretty much this guy on TikTok is building a 10-foot tall animatronic robot that is pretty much like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Really?
It's like a big bunny. He calls it Nosy. It's going super viral right now because every week almost he's showing these update videos of him adding new parts to it and building it. It's this guy named Citra. That's what he goes by on TikTok.
Yeah.
And he is telling people that what he wants this robot to be able to do and be is it's going to be this huge robot that he wants it to be bulletproof, waterproof. Dude, damn near like everything proof, bro. Fireproof. And he said he wants it to be able to run 30-something miles per hour.
What are his plans with this robot, though?
He said it's just for fun.
That's a little insane, though.
And a lot of people are like, you're bugging a little bit, bro. You gonna be the one that's gonna start the uprising. What kind of fucking crazy thing is this? He said it's gonna be able to like crouch down. It's gonna be able to spy. Dude, it's super fucking weird. All right, so this is the guy Citra's page, right? He got 1.7.
Sir.
He's doing his thing, and these are the legs and the arms of this big bunny.
Thank you so much for getting us here.
That's so weird. That looks weird as fuck, though.
I wanted you to see the final product, what he wants it to look like. Here it is.
It looks like Bonnie from
Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
That's so weird, dude. Why does he want to do this for?
I don't know. He said just for fun.
That's insane, dude. I mean, I'm very interested to see what he's going to do at the end.
Yeah, me too. I want to see if he does finish it.
If he can actually, like, let it walk around and stuff.
Yeah.
The guy who was stuck at sea for 438 days. I think there was this Mexican called Jose, right? Jose Salvador. One day he decided to go on a fishing trip with one of his boys, Ezekiel. And when they went, everything was chill until like a storm hit right? And when the storm hit, obviously they got pushed off to like the actual sea. Like they were off the coast of Mexico, bro. So I think it was the storm lasted 5 days. They didn't know that they were in the middle of nowhere now, right?
Oh,
so guess what
they got off track.
Yeah, and during their trip, it's one of those two-seaters. They've already caught so many fish that they had to dump it out, all of it, because the boat couldn't maneuver the storm.
Oh my God, but that's food, that's survival.
That's what I'm saying. So this is when it gets crazy, because now, 2 weeks in, what are they surviving on? They had to catch their own food. They caught a turtle, and they drank its... But after that, one of the guys on the boat, Ezekiel, he passed away. But what they promised was, before he died, that guy wouldn't eat his body. So imagine your mental. You're just looking at a dead corpse this whole time.
Yeah.
The people that were covering his story said the guy went so crazy that he started having conversations with the dead corpse.
For sure. I would probably do that too.
Yeah, that he had to throw away the dead corpse because he actually started thinking he was gonna come back alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because at that point, like you literally have no contact.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't heard any other sounds.
But fam, do you think 438 days he was on it until he found a beach?
Have you ever heard of that theory about choices on a road?
Choices on a road? No.
So they say, you know how you feel like you have a choice when you're driving?
Uh-huh.
And this is the crazy part. So it's pretty much like we're meant to think we have choices. When we're on a road, it goes left or right. And you have a choice. You can make a left turn or a right turn.
Yeah.
But really, biggest choices were made for you already.
What do you
Because
mean?
you can only go left or right.
Yeah.
Imagine there was no roads.
Imagine there was no roads.
You can go anywhere you want.
Okay.
So there's a theory that almost everything we're doing, including our phone, is slowly taking away our choices and our freedoms and making the hard decisions for you. Yeah, and taking away those options and taking away those choices. So those hard choices are made for you, and you only see these options. But really, I could drive on the grass.
Yeah, it's really
I can go around shit.
Yeah.
One of the biggest ones that happened right in front of our eyes was the iPhone. Sorry, with the iPod.
Okay,
Did
the
you
first
know?
one.
Did you know they took away the iPod?
Why?
So that we would have less choices. And it sounds crazy saying that, but
why?
So back when they had an iPod, there was a little bit more freedom with music specifically. Because before we would buy our music, right? And so let's say now there's like streaming services,
Okay.
and it wasn't connected to the internet.
Yeah.
iPod Touch, you just have music, done. It's only music. You have freedom to pick and choose what you want to listen to, and you deadass get the album. You get all the songs you bought for it, right?
Yeah.
When you go into a streaming platform, they can dictate what pops up on your algorithm.
Okay.
Whether you like this song, this, the other.
Yeah.
And then they can dictate what app you should use. I can push you to be more of an Apple Music person. I can push you to be more of a Spotify person. Instead of it just being, I enjoy music.
Under our noses, they did a live child auction at the 2014 Oscars, and then we all laughed.
Hi. Hey, Jeffrey, how are you?
And then she says hello to Jeffrey Epstein at the beginning.
How's everybody doing? Good? Is anybody hungry? I just feel like everybody's got to be hungry right now. Good. I was hoping you'd say that, because I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza. And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I...
This dude's girlfriend ended up breaking up with him one day, and he decided to get into a relationship with a doll. He lived a whole life with it.
To get back at the girl who...
I don't know about all that.
You're jealous or something? Or?
I don't know about all that, but he fell in love with a doll.
Wow.
It was this guy named Christian Montenegro, and he was 27 years old at the time. This dude was dating this girl. They have a fallout where this girl decides she doesn't want to be with bro no more, and they ended up breaking up. He was just thinking damn, I miss her so bad, and I still love her, but I gotta move on, I guess. So try to see if he can get another relationship, but it was really hard for him to get somebody and replace her. This guy randomly just decides he wanted to create a doll, and he creates it himself.
Does it look like his ex?
Kind of, which is really interesting. It kind of does. He literally, actually starts falling in love with this doll, bro. He starts, living with it for years. Taking it out to dinner. He takes it, bro, there's literally videos I can show you where he's, walking up the street holding the doll, and people are recording him and stuff. Where this gets really weird beyond the fact that he even made this doll and got with it. He goes and like marries the doll, and they had kids.
Whoa.
He ended up creating kids for his doll. She gave birth, like the babies was delivered.
No
the babies.
way.
See, as strange and weird as this is, like, this, don't get me wrong, this is like really, really odd. You know, going through a heartbreak can have a very negative effect on people. Like, you know, we've all been there, we've all had our heart broken, and you know, it's not a very good thing. Would you go as far as making a doll and having a family with it? I don't know about that. It's definitely a very traumatic thing, and a lot of people cope with it very differently. Obviously, this guy coped very differently than how most of us would. You know, I'm not justifying this. I'm not saying it is right or it's a, you know what I'm saying? But I guess if he's happy, we just have to kind of accept it and move on. It definitely is very odd. And yeah, I don't know if this is like the healthiest coping mechanism. Like, I feel like he could have just, you know, let me know if y'all would ever do something like this. Please don't.
There was a girl who couldn't leave her room every October 10th of the year.
Why October 10th?
The mom, whenever the date came, she would mark it on the calendar. She would circle it, she would highlight it, and whenever she had school on that day, or if she had to do something else that day, she's like, nope, you're not allowed to leave the house.
Yeah.
Right? So every year, October 10th, they would lock themselves in a room with no windows, right? And every year, fam, you would hear someone.
Before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys. Their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
Ring the doorbell on the house.
Yeah.
Right? But the mom obviously is with the child. So she's like, no, we're staying in this room. We're staying in this room. Right? Do never, like, she told her kid, like, please do not ever do this. Right? And as soon as October midnight hits and October 11th comes,
Yeah.
the knocking, the ringing of the doorbell disappears.
Well, why that day? Like, what?
Exactly. Trust me, it's building up. It's building up. So one day, her mom had to go on like a work trip.
Yeah.
Right? And the kid already knew, October 10th, I'm gonna lock myself in that room and not do anything.
She knows the drill.
She knows the drill already. So that day comes, right? The kid, she hears the knocking. Knock, knock, knock. She hears the ringing of the doorbell. And this is her first time without her mom. You should never sleep in front of a mirror. Prove to be true.
It's real. Yeah, it's real.
And this is why. So
Why?
me and my sister, right? We shared a big queen size bed, right? On this side, there's no mirror. On this side, there's a mirror.
And you faced it?
So no, this is what I did. So every time we alternated every night.
Yeah.
Because the charger was on this side of the mirror.
Okay.
So you know me, I don't charge my phone.
Yeah.
So first night I was there, I was already having bad dreams. Like, I was waking up like, fuck, what if the white lady's right outside my window? She's like, I was paranoid.
Yeah. Before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys. Phones were being spied on by a blue radio app. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
So the next time I sleep on the second day, I sleep on the side without the mirror. I'm Cade. I'm peaceful as fuck.
Because you don't have to worry.
I don't have to worry. But it was on, I think, the third or second last day when I got sick. I got stomach issues. And I was sleeping in front of the mirror. And when at the middle of the night, I remember hearing this like cart, like this old rusty cart outside.
Shit.
So it's like, you know, the squeaking of the wheels?
Yeah.
I heard that all night, right? And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on? Like, why am I hearing this thing outside my resort, like my room?
Yeah.
It's still there. So I go out. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just fuck it. Like, I put my flashlight on. I blast my music, right?
Yeah.
And I look outside the peephole, and then I go back. Fuck. I'm back.
Yeah.
There's a knocking.
Yo, if you guys want part 2, comment part 2 right now. There was this guy, he moved into a house, but when he moved into the house, he didn't realize that the old owner, his son, passed away.
Okay.
So that's why they wanted to move out.
Yeah.
Now, he would get knocking at his door at night, and he would hear like kids laughing. Like kids laugh, right?
Yeah.
So he automatically assumed, okay, there's something's going on here, something's like, it's just not right, and you get eerie vibes with the house. One day, he was walking through a hallway in the house, and he could hear a laugh. So he walked up to a bathroom from the hallway.
Yeah.
He recorded it too. What you could see, it's like clear as day.
Okay.
So you can see straight up right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can see it like clear. You can see it like clear. Look.
Wait.
And he hides back, and it's gone. And then if you listen closely, you can hear the laughing. And then the guy's crying, fam, because he's like so scared.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's praying? No, that's fucked, fam.
Mimics are a type of spirit that can take the form or shape of anything or anyone. Their objective is to make you afraid, break you down, and lure you in. This story takes place in Seattle, Washington. There was this girl named Lucy. Lucy said one night she was coming home late from her friends. She gets to her front door and she opens it up. She goes inside and she said it was just completely dark. She hears a noise and she hears her mom say, "Hello, Lucy." And she says, "Mom, what are you doing up?" She says, "Hello, Lucy." She said, "Mom, why are you not responding to me?" And she says, "Hello, Lucy." And that's when she looks in the room and she can see her mother sitting over in the corner in a chair, just looking at her. And something was off with her eyes. So she flips on the light really fast. And it was like immediately her mother was gone. And so she's like, "What's going on? Like, where'd my mother go?" So she goes into her mom's room and is like, "Hey, Mom, are you in here?" And her mom's like, "Yeah, what do you want? I'm sleeping." And she goes, "Well, what were you just doing out in the living room, awake?" She goes, "What are you talking about? Like, I wasn't in the living room. I've been in my room all night." And so she's like, "Okay, that's weird." So she said she went to her room. Well, a couple days later, she said she hears her mom, like, yelling for her. And so she comes out of her room and she starts looking around for her mom. She's like, "What do you want? What do you need?" She looks all over the house and her mom's not there. So she calls her mom on the phone and her mom's like, "Yeah, I've been gone all day. I'm at the store." And she's like, "Well, that's weird. I heard your voice clear as day. Told me to come there." And, over the next couple of months, she kept thinking, that she was hearing or seeing her mom when she wasn't actually there. So then one night she said she was in her room and she was reading a book. And she hears her mom call to her and say, "Lucy, come outside." She's like, "What, Mom? Like, what do you want?" She's like, "Come outside right now." So she gets up, she goes out of her bedroom, she goes down the hallway, and she gets to the front door. As she opens the front door and gets ready to go outside, her mom comes running behind her and is like, no, Lucy, like, no. And she slams the door shut. And Lucy's like, "What's going on? Like, I was going outside like you asked." And her mom was like, "That was not me, but I heard my voice telling you to leave the house and go outside. But I was in my bedroom."
This one's kind of interesting because how does something like this even get into your life? I know there's a lot of different types of like evil spirits out there that have different purposes and show themselves in certain ways. But like, how does something like this even happen? It's just such a random occurrence. I feel like something like this doesn't just come into your life. It just kind of has to be like either invited or brought in. But maybe there's like some sort of past, either their house or, someone in their life. And it could have just carried into their life. But I don't know. This is just like, I've definitely had like a similar experience to this. Like, it wasn't very like as crazy as this, but it was definitely like something that was kind of weird. But yeah, y'all let me know if you had anything like this.
The craziest theory I heard about Charlie Kirk.
What happened?
Okay, so this movie that came out in 1998 is very connected, like so similar to what happened to Charlie Kirk.
It like predicted what happened.
Yeah, in 1998. I don't know if you ever heard of Snake Eyes.
No, I never heard of it.
Okay. So the main actor, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
He was the one that played it, right? And guess what the name of the main character was?
Charlie?
Fam, Charles Kirkland.
Oh, that's crazy.
Charles Kirkland, and the whole movie was about him in a public event, and he got shot in the neck, just like how Charlie Kirk did.
What the fuck?
Fam, it gets crazy, right?
Yeah.
10 seconds into the movie, there's a pop-up, right? And it's a big sign of when the event takes place in the movie. Guess when it is?
When?
September 10.
The day he died?
The day the guy, Charles Kirkland, died in the movie. Guess what date Charles Kirk died in real life?
When?
September 10th, fam.
It's the same date?
The same date.
What the fuck?
Bro, now it gets even crazier, right?
Yeah.
The guy who shot Charles Kirkland in the movie, his name is Tyler Robinson.
Yeah.
In real life, they thought that Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk. In the movie, there's also a guy that shot him named Tyler.
Wait, that's
the same exact Tyler.
No, that's
and in the
crazy.
movie, guess what his role was?
What?
To distract the police from thinking the actual shooter was.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think ghosts stay the same age when they die,
Oh, that's
or
a
do you think they
good-
get older, or like spirits in general? Do you think they get older?
Oh, not gonna lie, in my mind,
They
I'm
do,
thinking they
right?
don't.
Oh, you think they don't?
Yeah, it's like if you died at a certain age, you would stay because
Interesting.
you're not growing. You're not in human form. You grow, but in spirit form, I don't think you grow, right?
So, my mom told me about this because she was reading a book on like spirits, right?
yeah.
And what she found out, this is just through like spiritual investigators and stuff. My mom's into this stuff.
Okay.
But she told me spirits do age.
Really?
Yeah. They
In what way though?
So from the moment they're dead, they age differently, but they'll start to mature into, you know, however long they would have been.
Okay.
And then I think they stop at a certain age to just be recognizable. So it's kind of the sense of we can't understand the physical in a spiritual realm, you know? But if you were to show yourself, like if I were to communicate with you and I wanted you to know it's me, how would I do that? It doesn't necessarily have to be how you think exactly, but how I know you will understand it. You get what I'm saying?
They are trying to make us believe that the supernatural is not real. This is what Tucker Carlson is saying in this clip, that the priority of the government is to make us believe spiritual beings are not real. In fact, he says the US government actually works for them. This is on the topic of UFOs and aliens, and he has a similar view in which I do, is that the aliens are fallen angels, they are spiritual beings, and they're all around us, especially in the ocean. But take a look at this.
The main thing they want you to believe is the supernatural is not real. Their main interest is in convincing you that the supernatural is not real. Why has that been so important for 80 years? For you to convince me the supernatural is not real? Why do you care if I think the supernatural is real? And then you have to ask motive. Like, it's not a profit motive. Like, does it make them rich to deny that there's supernatural forces? No. What is that? And I don't know the answer, but the obvious answer is, well, because they sort of know they're working for supernatural forces, actually. There are commonalities that are very striking between all world religions I'm aware of and all creation myths. And one of them, and this is of course true for Christianity, very true, is that the belief that supernatural beings take physical form. They all believe that. The Greek myths, Jesus, that they're physical. Like, they're as real as the arm of your chair. People are subject to the supernatural, so they do things that are not natural, like kill themselves. That's why we're the only species that kills itself.
No, I don't think he was truly aiming for the neck. Like, that's dumb. It's really dumb to even attempt to do that. You're going to aim for the head or for the chest, and I think in his case, just based on his rifle setup, his inexperience, his scope setup, I think he was aiming for the head, and bullet went low. That's it. Some people say he had like a bulletproof vest on or something. I don't think he did, because you can see his paws, you can see his nipples through his shirt at one point as he's speaking. And unless that bulletproof vest had like nipples on it, I don't think he had nipples. And if it was body armor, it would have to be like hard plates. Soft plates, a bullet's not going to ricochet, hit that, and then go up to his neck. That's not happening. And even the way, if it was hard plates, like that's a 1 in a trillion shot to have it ricochet up into his neck. I think he was aiming for the head, inexperience, terrible shooting platform. I think it was a myriad of different things that played into that I think he was aiming for the head, and yeah, he just, it went low. I think for that round anyways, you're looking at about a 3, anywhere from 3 to 6, or 5 to 6, 5 to 8, 5 to 7 inches of drop if you zero it at 100 yards, which most rifles are zeroed at. And you don't compensate for that additional, because it was like a 200-yard shot. So at 100 yards, if you zero for that, at 200 yards, you got to compensate for gravity. And you're looking at about, let's say, rounded up to like a 6-inch drop from 100 yards zero. So if I do aim at the head, 6 inches down is going to be the neck. So I think it was just inexperience, lack of ballistic knowledge, and shooting platform, nervousness. But I don't think he intentionally tried to shoot the guy in the neck. That's a very, very risky shot, and so no one does that. No one does that.
This magician was doing the person in half trick. He does it on video, and he accidentally really does the act. And his assistant was his wife.
There's video of this?
There's footage of it when it happens. It's super dark. Pretty much this happened in 2012. This magician was doing his act. He's going through all the stuff he usually does. He's going through his act, doing the usual stuff, and there's a video camera that's recording his whole. So they show he's up there doing his thing. His wife comes through because she's his assistant at the time. She goes up, she gets inside of this box and do this trick, I guess, a good amount. They start to do the trick, and I'm thinking he's gonna bring out the classics. This dude brings out a mic, and his wife goes, they put her in the box, he gets the turns it on, you feel me, there's like loud music going and all this stuff, goes and through her, like, from her waist.
Yeah.
The waist down. Everything's cool. She's still moving. Like her arms are still like this.
Her legs are kicking.
Legs are still kicking, right? So then she didn't get in the right position after that. And you could see in the footage, she's just like trying to signal to them. And apparently she was screaming, saying like, wait, like I'm not in the right position.
Yeah.
And her husband and his other assistant, this guy, didn't hear her because the music is too loud and the chainsaw's going hella crazy. So he's like sitting there like, I'm gonna do the next part. So he goes, because they usually do 3 sections. So he goes head. And you could see her flailing her arms like this, but it's from the side of the box.
So I think it's just part of the
see.
thing, yeah.
And they're thinking like, oh, she's acting like she's panicking. He goes to, and the first looks super smooth when he threw her waist.
Yeah.
This one, there was some struggle.
Oof.
And instantly he was like, what the hell? So the other dude runs over, he instantly opens the box, and they're both like,
why couldn't he just stick to the classic, like, you know, saw in half? Like, why do you gotta saw your wife in 3 pieces? I feel like the crowd would have been justified enough with just the, like, she sawed in half and put her back together. Like, why do you have to just turn her into pieces? Like, I understand you want a trick that's, like, different and it's gonna shock the crowd, but I feel like you did not need to actually cut your wife in half. But, you know, rest in peace, because nobody deserves to get chainsawed in half in front of everybody. So, yeah.
Let's talk about Kobe Bryant. When it comes to the passing of Kobe Bryant, there are just way too many coincidences to be coincidence at all. First, we have this cartoon from 2017, which eerily predicted what would later happen. Roll the clip. I mean, think about it, guys. A full 3 years before that tragic accident, and it just so happens to be in a cartoon exactly that way. Last but not least, we also have another striking coincidence that happened in the form of the NBA. Literally, 1 day before Kobe's tragic accident, LeBron James happened to pass his scoring record in none other than Philadelphia. For those who don't know, Kobe Bryant is from Philadelphia and has a rich history in Philadelphia. So for that record to be broken in Philadelphia 24 hours before the tragic accident of Kobe Bryant, it really makes you think. Then we have the interview from after the game where the scoring record was broke. You be the judge.
So, I mean, it's just too much. It's just too much. The story is just too much. It doesn't make sense. And just to make a long story short, now I'm here in the Lakers uniform in Philadelphia, where he's from, where one of the first time I ever met him, gave me his shoes, he won All-Star Week. It's just...
Quite simply, there are just way too many coincidences there, and it really makes you think. Comment below with anything I might have missed, as well as suggestions for my next video. Oh yeah, wake up. Post Malone might have been cursed by something extremely dark a long time ago. In this clip from his interview with Joe Rogan, he talks about opening a Divic box. For those who don't know, a Divic box basically is a conduit of dark energy. Roll the clip.
There's a thing called the Divic box, which is one of the most haunted items in the world, apparently. And he wanted to, so we took the glass case off of the Divic box, which is in his museum in Vegas. And he thought it was a sick-ass idea to put the ashes of a lady who died while she was possessed on top. Whoa. And then my plane almost crashed. I was in a car accident. My house got robbed, and I had bite marks on my arm.
Throughout that interview, he literally talks about opening this spiritual box and being cursed afterwards. Lastly, I found this clip of him performing on stage, and people are saying he looks like he's possessed. Mind you, this is the same Post Malone who made this song where he talks about vampires feeding, darkness turning to dust. Everyone's gone, but no one's leaving. Nobody left but us. Comment below with anything I might have missed, as well as ideas for my next video. Wake up.
I find this video hella creepy that got Cynthia Erivo in it. Y'all, I don't know if I'm tripping. I don't know if my eyes are deceiving me. But if it's not, this is the second time I done seen her hands grow on camera, fool. Before I show y'all the video, look at her hands right here. Y'all see her hands ain't too big. Even with them long ass nails, it's not too long. On this video, when she's playing Jesus on stage, she's singing, and I swear her hands got longer, fool. Nigga, this shit creeped me out. This shit crazy, fool. Y'all, watch the video. Watch the hands, fool. Look at it. Did y'all see it? No? Hold up. I'ma slow it down. Look at the hands, y'all. Tell me I'm not tripping. Am I tripping? Am my eyes deceiving me? That shit look crazy, fool. Now, you can honestly say on that video, her hands look way longer than what it is on this picture, right? You agree to that? Or am I tripping on that part too? I need y'all thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know if y'all seen the same shit I seen. And also, make sure you share and like this video. And if you stay to the end, drop an A in the comments. Let me know.
They got mad at me for saying the iPhone existed 50 years ago. It definitely did.
Bro.
You think that too?
I think they really had technology. We knocked this shit down.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Cardi B. When it comes to Cardi B, I have found more examples of the one-eye symbolism than almost any artist or whatever you want to call her that I've ever researched. Like here we have it here for another magazine cover. Here we see her purposely doing that for the cameras. Here, her entire dress was meant to symbolize that one eye. Here we have it again. Not only is it clear one-eye symbolism, we see the red and we see the crow, which is extremely symbolic in occult. Here we see it again for about the millionth time. And that's not even mentioning the closer relationship that Cardi B has with Michelle Lamey, pictured here at a fashion show. Mind you, this is the same exact Michelle Lamey who refuses to say God is good on video multiple times, and actually said quite the opposite in multiple interviews. Many people for years have called Cardi B an industry plant, and I have a video of Kanye West saying exactly that. Roll it.
Fucking Cardi B was over there. Cardi B is a plant by the Illuminati. She don't write her raps. She's just there to sound as ignorant as possible.
While there is so many more details about Cardi B to cover, I think the general explanation is very obvious. Artists like Cardi B are pushed and skyrocketed in the music or entertainment industry because they're not teaching people anything. Think of all the ladies, little girls, etc. that listen to Cardi B on a daily basis. These people literally idolize her, and you will see them say, I want to be just like her. But as is the story with many, many other celebrities and music artists, the message is completely negative and the occult symbolism is all over. Wake up.
Did you notice the terrifying shadow on the wall when Cynthia Erivo played Jesus? No one realized she received 3 punishments for blaspheming God. Cynthia completely subverted the role of Jesus in the musical Jesus Christ Superstar. First, she changed Jesus' gender. Second, her accessories ruined the crucifixion scene. She wore elaborate long nails and overly ornate earrings. As punishment for her blasphemy, Cynthia's body underwent some unexplainable changes. First, during the crucifixion scene, she grew so weak she couldn't stand, and Adam had to reach out to steady her. This was definitely not pre-planned acting, as the organizers had stationed 2 bodyguards behind her. Their presence completely disrupted the stage's integrity, and they were there solely to ensure Cynthia didn't have an accident. Second, her shadow took on an eerie transformation. Look at that outline. It seemed to foreshadow that mocking God is an act of the devil. Third, her hands showed abnormalities. People had previously thought Cynthia's large-looking hands were just an illusion caused by her long nails. But this time, if you look closely at her hands, you'll see her fingers are eerily elongating. They should put an end to this farce.
When you look at the industry and the one eye imagery that 90% of these artists do, it's really concerning. And honestly, they've been out with this ever since the early 2000s, but some people just refuse to believe it. They put this stuff into their music, in interviews, in photo shoots that they do. And I even think that recently Tiana Taylor has joined the club, if you know what I mean, allegedly. It even seems like they've gotten some of the Disney stars. And I was looking at some of Zendaya's pictures, and she has a lot of one eye imagery as well in her photo shoots. And it's even starting to look like some of the influencers who stream aren't safe either. Now, in my opinion, it looks like there's a lot of humiliation rituals going on, allegedly. And it really rubs me the wrong way when Ray J makes those weird Diddy references. Like, what is that about? And even Raven Simone touched on that subject too, about how the industry mostly is on the down low. And we know she's seen a lot in the industry.
My queerness was never an issue because, one, I didn't put it out in public, and everybody in the industry, everybody, even if you're straight, you know what's up. So it's like, it's okay.
So if it gets to a point where even streamers aren't safe, that's when you know it's getting real.
Under our noses, they did a live child auction at the 2014 Oscars, and then we all laughed.
Hi. Hey, Jeffrey, how are you?
And then she says hello to Jeffrey Epstein at the beginning.
How's everybody doing? Good? Is anybody hungry? I just feel like everybody's got to be hungry right now. Good. I was hoping you'd say that because I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza. And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer? Yes? Harrison? Yes? All right. Too large? What do you think? I'm going to order some pizza. That's what I'll do.
And then the money in the hat part was like mocking the church. And then the names like Kevin Spacey, Weinstein, like none of that aged well.
So I borrowed Pharrell's hat and I thought I'd pass it around and get some money for the pizza because nobody ever really, what do you have, Harvey? 200? Start? This is start? Let's see, what do you have, John? Would you have 20? You have it?
20. That's for you.
Thanks so much. Okay.
And then notice that she changes to white when she serves the pizza. And you know what party is all white?
Come on down. We have cheese. We have different kinds. Who's hungry? Who's going to eat on the side? Okay. Cheese, that's a cheese. Yeah. Julia wants cheese. Who's your favorite movie star? They're here. Who do you want to talk to? The whole thing? All right, great. And then I don't have any money. Who here has... Sandy? Where's Harvey Weinstein? Harvey. No pressure, only 1 billion people watching. Whatever you feel is right.
It's like they had an inside joke that they thought would never get out. Like they went really overboard with the pizza obsession, which I feel like makes it more suspicious.
You guys can say what you want about this, but you know, this is some Diddy vibes. Like, I don't know, like this whole bit went on way too long for it to just be about pizza. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, this whole situation just seems very disturbing and off. Like, and especially these are the type of people that would flaunt whatever they're doing right in front of our faces, thinking that we're stupid. And this type of issue is always directed back to people that are either famous or in power or have a lot of money. So the fact that they're all playing into this joke just like makes it all more disturbing. You know, I'm not saying everybody's involved in this type of stuff, but a lot of them are. But this is like actually really weird.
Somebody has taken all of Garth Brooks's tour dates, and every tour date lines up with a missing person or an unsolved homicide. Every place he's ever been. Somebody, one of these people, one of Segura's fans, came up with the theory that if you take that there's a list out there. She says there's supposed to be a list out there where somebody has taken all of Garth Brooks's tour dates, and every tour date lines up with a missing person or an unsolved homicide. Every place he's ever been. Now and I asked her, I said, is there really a list? And she said, no, there's no list. She goes, I've looked, Pete looked, like we looked. There's no list. But she said, so I started trying to make the list. And she said, and I did it for whatever, she said 5 hours, 6 hours, couple days, whatever it was. She said, and I started coming up with name after name after name. And she said, and then her husband was like, what are you doing? Like, could you get a hobby that that doesn't cost us money, that's going to actually pay off.
Right.
And so I ended up saying, wow, I said that is super interesting because, you know, she started talking about, you know, confirmation bias and that if
So she went looking for missing persons reports that coincided with his tour dates.
Yes.
Okay.
And obviously there are. So I said, you know what? Has anybody ever written a book about this? And she said, no. She's who? She's like, I don't have the time. She's, I thought about it. She's, but I don't have the time to do that. And she said, besides the amount of research it would take to do that, she's like, and in the end, she's like, you know, what's going to happen? She's like, I'm not going to prove that he's a serial killer. So what does it matter? And I was like, it's satiric though. It's funny. And she goes, yeah, I don't have that kind of time. She's got like 2 kids and a husband. And I said, you know what? I said, I have that kind of time. I said, my buddy Pete's got that kind of time. And Pete's on the spectrum. You give Pete an assignment, you're going to get some stuff. So I called Pete. I said, Pete, this is what I'm thinking. I think we look into this. And he said, oh, absolutely. We have to look into it. And so we started doing research. And we hired 2 researchers to look up. We broke up the list first of all, just to try and find all of his tour dates. There's over 1,000 of them. Not to mention Grammys, Billboard Awards, everything, all the places he's lived. You know, he moved here, then he moved here, then he moved here. I mean, from when he grew up in is it Oklahoma? Yeah, in Oklahoma, like at every place. So we're searching it, and we only did what we could find online, right? Like we're not flying people out to Oklahoma and going through records. We're doing what we can. Yeah. And very quickly, we came up with about 120 missing persons and around roughly 90 unsolved homicides. And I am telling you, the man is a monster.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm trying to save lives here, Danny. I'm trying to save lives. Literally, like, I'll give you an example, okay? I'll give you an example. When Garth went to college, he went to, I want to say University of Oklahoma or Oklahoma State University, whatever, one of those. He went there. There was a woman that went to the same college that she ended up murdered, and their apartments are only a few miles away, and she attended the same college as him. Was she in his class? I don't know. Maybe. We don't know. Did he know her? Did he follow her back to her place? I don't know. I'm just saying, in general, it's pretty odd that he's connected in that way. And then it keeps going. He moves to Nashville. He's working at like the Boot Barn. It's like 3 people that go missing that were in the vicinity of the Boot Barn where he was working while he was trying to be a country music star, right? He's writing songs, he's trying out. He ends up getting a record deal with whoever, I forget. They put him, the album comes out, they put him on tour on like these state tour. You know, that they do state concerts for all the state fairs, and he's traveling around the country, and he's, you know, there's missing person here, you know, unsolved homicide here. Like, so what we did was we didn't just put anyone down. Like if I pulled the report and and it said, hey, you know, witnesses saw a black male with dreads. Well, obviously that's not Garth. So we eliminate that. If it said, you know, if there was anything that we could eliminate it, we just eliminate. The police said they believe that he was a gang member and it was gang violence. Well, okay, well, that's not it. We eliminate that. And we went through all of them and put together this list, and then it starts to compile, right? You start to get, well, here's one. That doesn't work. That one works. Oh, that doesn't work. You know, this is close. And then you pull out Google and you start figuring out where he was, how close was it within a mile, 2 miles, 5 miles, you know, pretty close.
Of where?
Of typically the stadiums.
Gotcha.
Because I don't know, I can't determine where he was in 1992, you know, and if he's playing the fairgrounds in, I don't know, you know, Iowa. I don't know where he was staying. I'm assuming he's sleeping on the bus, which is probably right in the fairgrounds. So 2 miles away or 4 miles away, some girl ends up disappearing. Listen, this goes on and on throughout the years. And here's another thing that's interesting.
Is this it?
So, oh, by the way, here's another interesting thing. A lot of people talk about how Garth built this huge house.
Right.
And people are saying that he's buried tons of people underneath the floorboards of the house. Just like John Wayne Gacy.
John Wayne Gacy, yes.
John Wayne Gacy, which I have a bunch of his quotes here. I should never have been convicted of anything more serious than running a cemetery without a license. So John Wayne Gacy was killing kids or young teens and burying them underneath his house. So like John Wayne Gacy, people are saying that Garth is burying these bodies underneath the house, and that's why they can't be found. But here's what's more interesting. When Garth got his first check, his first big check for roughly $500,000, he's been struggling. He's working at the Boot Bandit. He's trying to sell stuff. It's been years have gone by. He's got no money. He gets his first check, roughly $500,000. Does he go buy a condo in downtown Nashville? He's living in Nashville. Does he get a new European sports car, supercar, or an American sports car? No. He goes and buys, I want to say it's like 20 or 30 acres of raw land in Goodlettsville. This is just outside of Nashville. Well, and by the way, like $450,000. You spend almost every bit of your check on like 20 or 30 acres.
Yeah, but how do you know he didn't already own a house by then?
He was broke. He didn't own anything. They're like renting an apartment.
The first big check he got, he spent it on land.
He buys a bunch of land. And guess what spikes shortly after that purchase?
Murders. Unsolved mysteries.
No. Missing persons reports.
Missing persons reports.
Around
that area?
Yeah, of course, in Nashville. That's where he's living. Yeah.
So I don't think I'm the only one tripping on this picture of Justin Bieber posting a picture of a child with a pizza emoji on it. And this guy has to know about the conspiracies with this one. And if you know, you know, but I looked at the comments because there's 12,000 of them and everyone is asking the same question. Like literally, you could have put any other emoji other than a pizza. It always feels like Justin Bieber's trying to say something, but he can't really say anything. So he just does stuff like this, especially with the Yummy music video and the Diddy stuff. Like, I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think he's trying to communicate and wants to say stuff, but can't. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he means by this. Like, I'm not saying Justin Bieber's weird or anything, but this is just a very odd choice of emoji. You know what I mean? I get not wanting to show. I don't know who this is. I don't know if this is his daughter. Like, I can understand him not wanting to show what she looks like to the public because obviously he's Justin Bieber. But like, that emoji is like pretty weird considering what is behind that emoji's meaning. So I don't know, this kind of comes off the wrong way, but you know, maybe there's something deeper to it. I'm not too sure.
I look at him like, I say Jesus.
And the next question is,
love you.
There was this documentary that was dropped about the House of 200 Demons. So in 2014, Zach Bagans purchased this house, right?
Yeah, okay.
And he decided he was gonna investigate it. Obviously, you know, bro does that shit. But one specific thing that happened to Zach Bagans changed his whole life forever, bro.
What?
You see how he like locks himself
into the place till dusk until dawn?
So he barricaded himself inside the house.
Oh, nah, okay.
In the house. And when he did that, this is what happened to him.
Back the fuck up.
Well, you saw the shadow, right?
Yeah.
So before he didn't wear glasses. After he saw that shadowy figure, he felt something in his eyes. So he ended up developing some sort of like condition that happened out of nowhere. The doctors can't even explain how he got it, but it made him see double vision and it fucked up his eyes, bro. And the only way that they could have possibly fixed it was with surgery. But if they did it, it could have led to him being blind. So now he has to wear prism glasses in order for him to see normal.
I never knew that.
And it was because he saw that fucking figure. Could have been the devil or some shit, bro.
That's fucked. I never knew that, bro.
And the crazy thing is that every single person that has gone into that house, bro,
Put you in the mind of a psycho. Trying to mimic all the facial expressions that you just saw from the crowd that was observing this accident.
So theory goes that they decided to take out Aaliyah because she was such a competition to Beyonce to be number one.
Damn.
And she really was. She was about to outshine her.
You know the guy, Mr. Prada?
Nah.
Oh my, you probably seen him on TikTok. I'll show you a video because
He's like a TikToker?
Yeah, like very popular.
Yeah.
And his thing was that he just got arrested for doing something so crazy. Have you seen this guy?
Yeah, I think I've seen him, yeah.
In the OG, like TikTok, he would always make these funny skits, right?
Yeah.
And then he would start making videos like this, right? So
sometimes I just be talking to myself and then I zone out.
Like mukbangs?
Yeah, but look what he's talking about.
My therapist said that's not healthy.
So he's in the video. He's talking about like he has a therapist, and then like
So he's not all right?
Yeah, he has voices in his head, and everybody while this is going on is just watching him like break down. So news came out on September 29th, like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Finally, he got caught for because the therapist.
Damn.
Yeah. So what happened? They saw him outside his apartment with a tarp, and he was bringing it out. And the police were like, "Okay, what is this?" They go into the tarp. It's the therapist.
Oh shit.
And everybody obviously didn't report him like going crazy on TikTok.
Yeah, because it's just for entertainment.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
they think.
The next day, look what happens. So everyone's trying to figure out now, like, what was going on in his apartment? What kind of tools did he have? Because his was like, you know what I mean? Cut out, like, you know what I mean?
Shit.
All that stuff. And so what happened, after he stole his therapist's car.
Yeah.
Boom. He was driving around trying to flee from the cops. He crashed the car and he started like running on foot to escape. And then they caught him some like on foot somewhere, and that's where like they caught him and stuff like that. But a lot of people are saying that he only got caught. This is not, I don't know if this is true, but he only got caught because while he was on the run, he reposted a TikTok.
Oh, they caught him because the evidence in TikTok? That sucks.
No, not the evidence, but he just reposted something.
Cases like this are crazy because this is the person that everybody sees their day-to-day life because he posts videos and stuff. So seeing him being involved in a really terrible crime is honestly kind of disturbing. I've heard a little bit about this case, and apparently his therapist was taking advantage of him, which led him to do this act, which it's pretty controversial, and there's a lot of mixed opinions. A lot of people say it's justified, and a lot of people say, you know, it doesn't matter what happens, you shouldn't be doing stuff like that. I mean, I can honestly see both perspectives and understand both points, so you know, at the end of the day, I think it's just a sad case either way, but you guys let me know what you think about this, because, you know, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out in the world.
AI has finally mastered animation. We're cooked. So this new AI tool called Sora V2 just dropped, and to say that AI has perfected animation now is an understatement. People are using Sora V2 to make things like brand new episodes of their favorite animated shows. They're also making very convincing clips and crossovers. that are on par with the animation from actual animators. I've seen so many Family Guy clips made with the Sora V2 tool, and they look like they're straight up just from the show. They're also pairing this with AI voice recreations, so the animations sound like they're voiced by the original voice actors. And a lot of these clips are so good and convincing that many of them I didn't even know it was AI until I saw the Sora logo. Sora can also do very convincing non-animated clips that are almost on par with reality. I'd say we're all getting scammed when we're all—
This is honestly bad. Like, we're not even gonna be able to tell what's real and what's fake. There's probably someone's grandma out there right now that thinks Diddy is the president. So yeah, y'all just be careful, bro. There's a lot of fake stuff.
This woman vanished after swimming in a cave, but 3 years later, the police discovered her in a shocking state that will leave you filled with terror. Catherine loved diving with a passion, but she never imagined this passion would become the worst nightmare of her life. At first, she stayed in safe, protected waters, but one day she decided to venture deeper, exploring a cave that was closed off and forbidden. Her friends warned her about the danger, but she refused to listen.
Right, please don't.
I'm going, and neither of you can stop me.
That choice became the biggest mistake of her life. Catherine dove into the cave's dark waters and never came back out. Days turned into weeks, and her family was devastated, especially after finding her car still parked exactly where she had left it. The police launched an intense search, but there was no trace of her anywhere. 3 years later, Catherine's father received a chilling call from the police. They had finally found her, but she was no longer the same woman they once knew. She had become something strange, something terrifying, and when she revealed what she had seen inside that cave, her words were so horrifying it was almost impossible to believe. Comment cave for the second part. Mermaids supposedly don't exist, yet they keep turning up on camera, only to be discredited or vanish soon after. Coincidence, or is someone keeping secrets? Take the Greenland mermaid footage, probably the most famous and suspiciously buried clip online. It appeared in Animal Planet's docufiction Mermaids, The Body Found. In March 2013, a deep-sea submersible off Greenland captured a figure with webbed hands tapping on the glass. The show was labeled fictional, but many viewers weren't convinced. Some claimed the footage was real, hidden under a mockumentary label to avoid panic. You can still find it online as Greenland mermaid footage or Noah mermaid cover-up. The internet stays divided, believers versus skeptics. One comment stood out. A Navy veteran of 17 years swore mermaids are real. Considering we know more about space than our oceans, who's to say what's down there? Then there's the Kiryat Yam case in 2009. Local Israeli news buzzed after reports of a mermaid off the coast. Witnesses, including tourists, described a pale-skinned creature with a human torso and a fishtail lounging on rocks before diving back into the sea. The town council even offered a $1 million reward for proof. Footage surfaced soon after, blurry, distant, but distinctly humanoid. Was it a hoax? Maybe. But why put up that kind of reward unless something strange really happened? And Zimbabwe's wave break mermaid in 2013 is even stranger. Workers constructing reservoirs refused to continue, claiming a mermaid had attacked them. This wasn't just gossip. The Water Resources Minister confirmed it and brought in traditional healers to appease the creature. Locals call it Nezuzu, a powerful water spirit. Later, a clip emerged showing a mermaid swimming near the site. The workers confirmed it matched what they'd seen. Distorted or not, it's enough to give you chills at 2 a.m. So are these hoaxes, glitches, or viral stunts? Or are these real encounters buried under plausible deniability? The deeper you dig, the more it feels like someone doesn't want us to know what's swimming beneath the surface. And maybe that's the scariest part.
This man, Kevin Hart, had a whole Ouija board in his home. The day Castanet and Drewski came over for a sleepover, this man had a Ouija board, y'all. So you be playing around with them spirits, huh? You be messing around with them demons. Why the hell would you invite me over and you got a whole Ouija board sitting on your table? Obviously, it's your home. You can do what you do. But if I was Drewski or Castanet and I knew you had a Ouija board, I'm leaving. I'm gone.
You weird ass nigga? No, that's not. It's not a Ouija. It's a variation of a Ouija board. No, that's not. It's a variation. It's called decoration. It's the fucking goal.
I rebuke.
And honestly, you feel these chairs. If y'all ever felt chairs like this, I ain't gonna lie. Sit in this chair.
I would have did the same thing I did, and more. I probably would have picked that joint up and broke that joint. Talking about that's not the real one. that's just for decorations. Come on now, Kevin. Come on now, fool. Niggas don't learn. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
I don't know if you've seen the shoes on the dark web.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Bro,
I seen those.
Bro,
I seen those.
it. Did
It's
you
like
see
bloody shoes
yes,
and shit,
But did
right?
you see the guy buy it?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh,
yo.
on TikTok?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I think so.
Yo, so like every shoe in that dark web thing is a name and it's an age, right? So the man goes, oh, I'm gonna try to break the theory because the whole theory on the internet is like, if I buy this shoe, does it come with the person? Yeah.
It just came with the shoe.
No, it came with something worse.
What?
Something that is the exact same shit that happened in your story.
Before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys. Their phones were being spied on. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately. Wait, what the fuck?
It came with a tape.
Oh, that's crazy.
And you know what that tape is? What happened?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yes, fam. Yeah. And he did more. Like he was trying to test like, is this real blood on the shoe? And then he tested it, it's real blood. But then he cut into the shoe and it's a tracker.
Oh shit. So he's next.
No, he didn't. He fucked up because he didn't send it to a fake address. He sent it to his home. He bought it with his address.
Okay, wait, what happened then? So like,
I don't know. There was no part 3, fam.
Did you know that when your cat follows you from room to room, curls up in your lap, or insists on sleeping beside you every single night, it isn't just routine or habit? Cats don't stay close to just anyone. They are deeply intuitive creatures, able to sense energy, emotion, and even things far beyond what we humans can recognize. To them, you are not only a companion, you are home, the safe place where their heart belongs. They feel the weight behind your smile, notice the tremor in your voice when you try to stay strong, and sense the change in your mood even before you speak. When you are anxious, they linger near. When you are joyful, they share your calm. And when you are hurting, they refuse to leave your side, becoming a quiet, watchful guardian. Their devotion is more than simple affection. It is instinct, trust, and protection, all silently woven together. So the next time your cat refuses to leave you alone, remember this. It isn't clinginess. It's because your soul speaks to them in a language no one else can hear. They've chosen to stay close to your light, to keep you safe in ways you may never fully understand. That bond is a sacred gift, something to be cherished, because not everyone in this life is blessed with such guardians who love without conditions. To your cat, you are not just a person. You are their chosen human, their comfort, their reason to feel secure in a world that can sometimes be overwhelming. In their eyes, you are never truly alone, no matter how dark life feels. To them, you are sacred. They would give up comfort, freedom, even their wildest instincts just to see you safe. In their heart, you are the greatest love they will ever know, the one presence that makes their existence meaningful. So, the next time you notice your cat quietly watching you, softly following your steps, or curling their body against yours, pause for a moment. Realize what they are truly saying. I am here. I will not leave you. You are my everything. Does your cat do this with you too? Share your story in the comments and don't forget to follow for more heartwarming reminders of just how extraordinary the bond between humans and cats really is.
There's a theory that anytime you have sleep paralysis is because a demon is trying to attack you.
Chill.
So check this out. So they have a video. This is wild though. Like I hope this isn't real, but it's scary.
What is it? Like they literally see it?
This guy is in sleep paralysis and he's been having sleep paralysis so many times throughout the week. So he decides, okay, I'm gonna get one of those cameras that can see beyond. It's one of those
like
cameras that can thermal. Yeah. And it will be able to show if anything's there, trying to catch a ghost or whatever. Because he's like, why am I always having sleep paralysis? Because it always feels like somebody's pressing on my chest. Usually that's what people feel whenever they have it. Look at this video right here.
Sleep paralysis, something I'm certain each and every one of you has experienced at least once.
You see it?
Yo.
So you can see his chest moving.
As you can see,
and then there's like a figure. It's like a translucent figure, and it's right on top of his chest, and it's pushing him. And then he wakes up after, so you can see it on this end, and you can see it through the camera.
Oh, that's this an actual proof that demons.
And it walks away, and then that's when he wakes up. Oh fuck! So it really could be things that you don't see.
So you know that kid that went viral for his before and after pics because everyone thought he got cloned?
No,
I'll show you. You'll probably know. So Riker Rep here. This kid.
Yeah.
He's 3 years old, right? But he was in his backyard playing with his dog, and then he got lost for 2 days.
Yeah.
And imagine you're 3 years old, you get lost, usually in the forest, but surviving 2 days is GG's.
Yeah, he's
right?
probably gonna whatever.
Exactly. So they sent the whole search team, whoop-de-whoop, They found him, but he was 2 miles from originally where he was.
Oh, word.
And when they found him, he was wearing different clothes. You want to see what he looks like after the 2 days? What? This is before.
Yeah. What happened to him though?
We don't know. That's the thing. When they found him in a shed. That's where he camped out or whatever. He survived.
Why does he look like that now?
Maybe because of shock, maybe because of thing. But imagine 2 miles, that's far.
I mean, to be honest, he was surviving in the wilderness.
Yeah. But
wait, this is when they just found him.
Yeah, this is when he just found him, and this is when
okay,
he
that
got
makes
lost.
sense though, because I mean, bro is in the wilderness. He's probably raised by the wolves.
I mean, I'm glad they found him and that he was safe, but it does seem like he has what they call the 1,000-yard stare, which is like when you go through something very traumatic, your eyes are just not the same, and it just kind of looks like you're in an eternal stare and your eyes are just very wide open. A lot of people that go to war and stuff have that. I'm sure you guys already know this, but for those who don't, it's a little fun fact. Well, okay, that's not a fun fact. That's not fun at all, but you know what I'm saying. Hopefully nothing too bad happened to him. I know it looks like he probably went through a lot, but for him, that probably was a lot. He's very young, so yeah, I don't think they ever found out what happened to him, but hopefully he's all good.
I just got some wild stuff that I think was lace, and then ever since I haven't felt the fucking same. And it's called depersonalization or something. And ever since then, I felt like I'm not actually living my life, just watching it happen. Rolled up, I was call my fucking mom, all this, but I feel like shit.
How long ago was that experience, the bad experience you had?
Probably 5 years ago.
Did you know there's a mountain no human has ever climbed? It's not because of height, it's because of something terrifying. This is Mount Kailash in Tibet. In the 1,990 seconds, explorers tried reaching its peak, but halfway up, their hair and nails grew rapidly, like time itself was speeding. When they returned, they looked decades older. Within years, they were dead, none over 35. Scientists later claimed Kailash isn't just a mountain, it's a perfectly aligned pyramid, too precise to be natural. And here's the twist. 4 major religions forbid climbing it. Some say it's a gateway to another world. Others, that it hides secrets of a lost civilization. Maybe that's why no one ever reaches the top. Because some places aren't meant to be conquered, only left a mystery. Legends say those who try will vanish from history itself. And that's why Mount Kailash is called the Mountain of the Gods. A place where time bends, and destiny itself is rewritten. One step too far and you may never return.
So, theory goes that they decided to take out Aaliyah because she was such a competition to Beyonce to be #1.
Damn.
And she really was. She was about to outshine her, right? Now check this out. There's another artist.
Is it the one with the swoop?
Yeah, Left Eye.
Left Eye.
No. Check this out. This is what's crazy, right? Aaliyah, Left Eye, and Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson. Now check this out. All 3 of them, they died on the 25th day of the month.
Okay.
Aaliyah died on August 25th.
Okay.
Left Eye died April 25th. Michael Jackson died June 25th. All 3 of these celebrities, people are saying they were lined up and taken out by the string pullers, which are who? Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Diddy. Now, somebody exposed it though.
Yeah.
And it's an artist we all know, fam. It's a popular rapper we all know and love.
Oh, yay.
No. What? J. Cole.
Okay, I low-key heard this one.
You heard this?
Is it the She Knows?
Yeah, it's She Knows. Bro, but the popular one is She Knows, so it's Sean Knowles.
Knowles, yeah.
So, Jay-Z's real name is Sean, and P. Diddy's name is Sean, and Knowles is the last name of Beyonce. All right, but check this out, right?
Yeah.
I don't exist. So they're all characters that I played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character because I thought I was just building something that people would like. But it was a character. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
Let me show you something else.
Jim, you got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good.
No, I didn't.
Was that an
get dressed
accident?
up. I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here. This is a dream.
There's just things happening.
There are clusters of tetrahedrons moving around together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's happening in our world right now? Because there is a lot of news that actually is relevant that's not that
Here's the
uplifting.
thing, it's not our world.
He said it's all distraction and this is all fake. And I have one more clip for you.
Jim Carrey is a great character, and I was lucky to get the part. But I don't think of that as me anymore.
You don't? Not at all?
Not really, no. I used to be a guy who was experiencing the world, and now I feel like the world and the universe experiencing a guy.
What if the things that he was saying are all true? What if we all are just playing our characters with no pay, no money? We are trapped here to play our roles. Interesting.
Have you heard the French president theory?
French president? No, what happened with the French president?
Oh, you haven't heard about this?
No.
Oh my god.
Why?
Okay,
What
this
happened?
one's really weird.
Okay.
But you know Candace Owens?
Yeah.
She did a huge deep dive.
On what?
A huge deep dive trying to prove that the wife of the president of France is actually a man. And not only a man,
What?
but actually his father.
Was what?
It's actually his wife is his father.
What? How does that even loop back though?
All right, check this out. Check this out. So Candace Owens looked into it. Crazy amounts, right? Got her information from somebody that was fleeing France and pretty much trying to like escape the 21st century because they're hiding their identity. Theory goes that the president of France, his wife, isn't actually a real person. It's his dad that transitioned.
What?
Yeah. Now, what's crazy is people tried looking and researching to all of the different schools that his wife went to, and they all came out with no information, no proof that she ever existed.
So she just wiped her information.
Not she.
Oh no, well he wiped.
Yeah. So the theory is that to keep something, I don't know, in the bloodline, or to maybe they fell in love.
Yeah.
The father transitioned to a woman and became his wife.
For what reason? Just for like the riches and stuff?
No
Like
clue.
the power?
No clue.
No, it has to be for the power, dog. I'm not gonna
I have
lie.
no clue.
Okay, if this is true, whose game plan was this? They're like, all right, we need to hide you somewhere, so just become transgender and then become my wife. Like, bro, common sense is not very common anymore. It's like there's probably plenty of ways they could have went about this. I feel like there's a lot of different scenarios that would have been way better than this, rather than having your dad turn into a woman and then marrying him. Like, bro is technically having relations with his dad. Like, I think this is like the French version of Diddy.
So, you know, Kraft Singles cheese, right? Like the little cheese squares wrapped in plastic? Yeah, it's like the best. So, do you know why on the packaging they call it Kraft Singles and not Kraft cheese? No, I don't. So, legally, they can't actually call it Kraft cheese, and it's actually a really scary reason why they can't. So, in order for the FDA to label a product as cheese, the product actually has to have like 50% real cheese inside of the product. So that means when you're eating Kraft Singles, however you eat it, grilled cheese, mac and cheese, whenever you use Kraft Singles, right, you're eating a product that's less than 50% real authentic cheese. So in reality, it could be like 3% cheese because we really don't know how much cheese is actually in it. Just look at this video. It's scary how it doesn't melt at all. Do you know that when a cat disappears, it's not always just a coincidence? Most people think it ran away, got lost, or simply chose not to return. But what few realize is that a cat's presence in your life is never random. Cats are not just pets, they are silent guardians. They sense what we cannot see. They absorb the heavy energies, protect your spirit, and quietly shield your soul from harm. When a cat enters your life, it chooses you. It watches over you facing darkness that could have hurt you or even destroyed you from within. And when it suddenly vanishes without warning, it may be because its mission is complete. It may have taken something dark with an unseen shadow, a spiritual burden, something you didn't even know was there. And the most powerful part, that energy often never returns because your cat carried it away and didn't come back. So if your cat ever disappeared without a trace, don't see it as abandonment. See it as a final act of love, a quiet sacrifice made without asking for thanks, a soul that came to protect yours and left once you were safe, a spiritual farewell.
Here we see an upbeat pop band called Panic at the Disco, who has had a #1 single and heavy rotation on Radio Disney. Meanwhile, kids seek out their other material, finding these demonic images and lyrics. This artist is even reaching out directly to our kids by partnering with organizations as innocuous as insurance companies and boys and girls clubs, all while drawing our kids away from the true gospel of Jesus Christ. Here are a few other examples of entertainers who peddle this imagery while having deceptively poppy mainstream music.
Yo, what the hell is going on with these so-called celebrities in their situation with aging, y'all? It's like as soon as Ellen stopped her show, y'all, like she literally aged about 10-15 years. People are confused as to why she's looking a little less like Ellen and a little bit more like Elroy. What is going on in Hollywood? How do you go from shining on television every single day to looking like you aged decades in just 2 years? So this picture over here is what Ellen DeGeneres looked like in 2023. That's 2 years ago, y'all. What is going on, y'all? She's looking like George Bush. Am I not lying, y'all? She looks like George Bush in the face. George Bush or Ellen DeGeneres. Now here's the controversy about why Ellen came up, because the fact of the matter is there was this young kid that came on her show several times, right? And then she basically told the young boy that the boy was her boyfriend. And the young kid, you know how kids are very impressionable, the young kid actually agreed that Ellen was his girlfriend. But y'all don't find that suspicious? You guys know how Hollywood does these things, you know, pedophilia and all that type of stuff. Y'all don't find that suspicious? But because it's Ellen, everybody ate it up. Everybody loves it. But something must be going on overseas in England to cause Ellen to age like this. I mean, look at this, y'all. What is going on over here? Now, don't forget, Ellen is one of the many people that you see that partake in rituals using young children in order to keep looking young like this, y'all. So somehow, somewhere, I don't think they're getting their needs met anymore. Because Ellen DeGeneres is not the only celebrity that is losing their youth, y'all. They are all going through it. But do y'all see it? I be telling y'all, the shift is here and it's going to keep happening, y'all. Let's continue to get it. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think about it. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
See, if it was like 10 years or something, I would completely get it. But like 2 years, like there was some sort of secret that was keeping her looking younger. Like you guys could say makeup, but this is a drastic difference. She looks like a complete different person. Like obviously she's still recognizable, but maybe she really is participating or was participating in those, you know, if you know, those weird, you know, she did get pushed away from her show and, you know, people don't really like her anymore. So I would not be surprised if she's not as connected as she was. So, you know, it comes with that, you know, when you lose your connections, you know, you lose other things too. So I guess she lost her secret. That just shows us a lot of these people are doing some really weird stuff to look young, and that's not good. That's a very like bland statement for that, but that's just not good.
No, I don't drink no water no for 45 years. Water as you know it. Don't give me the blank shots. Don't have me filling up my body with no 8 glasses of water a day. I have a limited capacity as to how much I can put into my body, and I want it to count. Oh yes, I want to live in an expensive body. And if I can do it at 76, not sick, 20/20 vision, I don't mess with blank shots. Water only hydrates, but if I have coconut water, I am going to more than hydrate. I'm going to get minerals, vitamins, electrolytes. Yes, the original sports drink, because coconut water is the most electrical food on the planet. It's the highest grown, and it's 100% water. So I'm here growing on coconuts, enjoying my coconut water in my milk, rather than blank, empty bottled water. I want to extract oxygen from my food. I want to extract sunshine from my food. I want to extract living water from my food. H3O, structured water. Bless up.
It's time to take control of your health. Come with me to discover the basic principles that will empower you to have the vibrant life you have been hoping and praying your whole life.
Did he just tell us that he's never drank water just to tell us that he drank coconut water? That is the same thing. It is still water. Like, I get it has more vitamins and nutrients, but like, that's still water. That's like saying, oh, I never ate food, I only eat pizza. Like, bro.
Let's talk about the passing of Princess Diana. The official narrative of what happened to Princess Diana that night has been debated for decades. The official narrative is that paparazzi followed Princess Diana into this tunnel and followed way too closely, causing her driver to lose control. What are the chances that Princess Diana maybe knew this was coming? In a note written before her passing, she talks about sitting at a desk and needing somebody to encourage her and keep her head held high. She would also go on to state, "This particular phase in my life is the most dangerous. My husband is planning an accident with my car, brake failure, etc." Whoa. I want you guys to keep in mind that there were allegedly 14 CCTV cameras that were available inside this tunnel. Yet somehow, someway, none of this footage has ever seen the light of day, and the official narrative is that these cameras were just out and they couldn't see anything through them. Ironically enough, the official narrative mentions nothing of this ambulance that was to pick her up and bring her to the hospital. The ambulance carrying Princess Diana took 110 minutes, about 1 hour and 50 minutes to reach the hospital. Other people have pointed out this picture of the Queen at Princess Diana's funeral where it looks like she might be smirking. Ironically enough, years and years ago, a British intelligence agent would spill a lot of beans. He happened to describe a very similar crash as to what happened to Diana, except that he had a different intended target. He just so happened to talk about a giant light that can be used by secret agents. The idea is that this giant light could be used to completely blind a driver's eyes and allow him to spin out and lose control. Many people have theorized for years that this may have been what actually happened to Diana. Comment below with any information I may have missed, and as always, wake up.
Let's talk about the strange similarities in the industry. Now, we all know Diddy was tied to Clive Davis, and if you look at Michael Rubin, he plays a very similar role for Lil Baby. Both Clive and Rubin position themselves as mentors, but the relationship just feels way deeper than business. It's given the same pattern we've seen over and over. Powerful executives guiding younger stars, but crossing blurred lines that don't always look right. Now, Jada, Lil Baby's longtime ex, always throws shade in her posts. She doesn't drop his name, but the comments are way too specific to not be about him.
I did used to be like, is it me? Like, do I need to fix this? Do I need to fix that? And then I started getting so confident in myself and really learning, like, it ain't me, it's him.
Right.
He's broken. I'm good. I'm not the one out here, you know, giving my body to all these different men. Like, I'm really good with who I am.
Right after she started making those comments, Baby pops out with those thigh tattoos. Around the same time that people were side-eyeing those photos from Michael Rubin's infamous white party. Like, it feels like he's doubling down on the image he wants to push, while the internet is noticing the opposite. And if you remember, Pimp C used to call this out years ago. He talked about certain rappers that had to bend over backwards just to get in the game.
I'm gonna say this too, these niggas out there think this shit is cool, but it ain't cool. A lot of niggas doing a lot of fool games and shit out here, man. These niggas that flip-flopping, they pitching and they catching with these. Let's come, yeah, and come on out and be that. Don't be in front of they're gonna come to the.
This is all educational and entertainment purposes only.
There's this feature on your phones. If you zoom in on like the moon at night, it will show a clear image of the moon. Like, oh shit, you can zoom in and get every single detail, right? But it's all fake. They did a test. They took like just a white circle. They took a white circle out of paper, put it in their house, turned off all the lights, pretended it was the moon, and zoomed in, and it created the moon. It literally created all the details of the moon, fam. It was fake.
No, but maybe it thought it was, and then like they have like a general assumption of the moon, like they have it already generated, and then so if anything resembles the moon, it'll think it's the moon, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So they're lying to us, bro. Look at this, look at this.
So it's just one generated picture.
Look, I don't know of exactly what phones it does it with, but I know this one specifically, like that, the Samsung one. It's just a white circle, and then when they zoom in, look at this, look at this. See, it's just dark, you zoom in, it gets darker, and then boom, it shows it's the moon.
Oh, that's kind of cool though.
Domino's used a Mandela effect to sell their pizza.
This is Domino's new stuffed crust pizza.
We asked people who said they've had Domino's stuffed crust pizza before to compare it to our new stuffed crust.
That's better than the one they have currently.
Do you remember Domino's stuffed crust?
Yeah, that's Little Caesars, no?
No, it's like every single pizza place.
Yeah, I know.
Except Domino's. So the commercial is like, you remember getting the Domino's stuffed crust, right? Oh yeah, I love Domino's stuffed crust.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. They open the box. Oh, go ahead, take a slice.
Yeah.
The box is empty. Like, huh?
That's the Domino's stuffed crust you said you've had before.
What is going on?
Domino's has never made a stuffed crust pizza before.
Are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
We never had that and he goes, but we do now. Domino's stuffed crust out right now. There's this one guy from Zimbabwe that they just locked up because supposedly he created like free energy. So, fam, he created a generator that doesn't need a power source.
Wait, what does it use?
Scientists went to Zimbabwe to check what he did.
Yeah.
And he created a generator that uses different frequencies to create energy. So just the frequencies of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then that's what creates his energy. And supposedly it's supposed to power up like 300 homes. And what they did, locked him up. All his patents,
They took it.
They took it because whatever defies physics, you can't patent it.
Oh.
And then once he got out of Zimbabwe jail, he goes to America, right? Bam, guess what they tried to do? Poison him.
So he's dead?
No, he's not. Like, they tried it. But all
this guy on Joe Rogan, bro.
Oh, shit. What the fuck? No, because that's the only thing, like, if you really bag it, that's the only thing that AI and other things can't touch because it's free energy.
Yeah.
So AI can't touch that. Nothing can touch that realistically.
Because this is a huge theory.
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
In this video, you're going to hear one of the creepiest 911 calls you've ever heard, guaranteed.
Henry County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm driving on 210. I just crossed the Black River, and I thought I saw a guy standing on the side of the road bleeding.
Okay, where are you at, sir?
I'm on 210. I just crossed the Black River. I'm heading towards 53 East. I just passed Patriots Watch.
Okay, so you're over near Morse Creek?
Yes.
Okay. And did you saw a man standing on the side of the road?
What the?
What was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Sir, are you okay, sir?
There's something in the bed of my truck!
Okay, what's in the road?
No, it's not in the road, it's in my truck. In the bed.
There's something in the bed of your truck?
Yes, ma'am, I just turned on my bed lights for my truck and there's something in my bed.
Okay, sir, when you say something, what do you mean?
I just knocked it off of the bed of my truck and went over my roof.
Okay, what was it?
Listen to this, watch this, it's absolutely mental.
It is very hard to listen to that call, to that 911 tape, without becoming somewhat unnerved. It actually bothered me the first time that I heard it. According to the CAD notes and the deputy reports, this thing jumped into the back of his pickup truck and began to actually beat on the top of the cab of his truck. You could actually hear something beating on the top of the truck. The caller stated that it was beating and scratching on the top of the cab of his truck. He actually stated that he was able to engage his bed light and was able to somewhat identify this object that was in the back of his truck. At some point, he was able to slam on his brakes, and the force of inertia actually threw this thing out over his hood and onto the highway, where this thing stood up in the roadway, made its way to the wood line, and disappeared in the woods.
That's pretty darn crazy. I don't know what to think about that. So, the reports, right, saying about people seeing somebody on the side of the road with, like, blood on them, right, the bleeding man, spectral loyalist soldier with bayonet wounds appears to drivers and then vanishing when approached. So the question is, some people are asking, is this a deliberate, like, it's almost like in tandem, where maybe the ghost was that, did it shapeshift into this? Did it pretend to be this person on the side of the road to, like, lure somebody in close and then just shapeshift into this being of some sort? Is it like a skinwalker or something? Like, what is that? That is the strangest thing I've heard in so long.
I have a story about UFOs.
Okay.
I guess this came out pretty recent. Don't know the credibility of it. Seems legit, but we'll just go with that. The Malaysian airline that disappeared, remember that? They were never able to find it.
Okay.
Supposedly, 2 satellites, a Chinese satellite and a US satellite, caught video of the plane, and there was these blob things flying like sporadically around the plane, like encircling it. It's like 3 like orbs. It's just like whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And then it disappeared.
Like in a pattern. Just
yeah, it was just like they were doing something and like we're flying around.
Flying into another dimension, probably.
Don't know. But then the Malaysian authorities said when it disappeared, the last thing they got on the radar was an unidentified blob around the plane.
So
there was an
creepy.
unidentified blob around this plane.
Yeah.
It also came out that plane was carrying secret cargo, and all it says is that it weighed as much as a hippo.
Was it a hippo? It was a hippo then. I mean, why would they say a
I don't know. Just say like it probably weighed.
Just say 2 tons or something.
Yeah.
Like, don't say, I don't know, probably the weight of a hippo.
There is footage that has recently came out of what happened during the Malaysian flight. I'm gonna show you this video, dog.
So that's the flight.
That's the flight. Yeah, that's the plane.
Okay.
Pay attention.
What is that thing flying around it?
There's 3 of them.
There's like this. Whoa.
Bro, keep watching.
Bro, they like. What the is that?
You see what I'm saying?
Nah, this is legit for real?
Yes, this is legit. Bro, Joe Rogan and them are talking about it too. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at.
There's like these 3. It starts off with 1.
Yeah.
And then 2 other ones come.
Bro, keep watching. It gets weirder, bro. And I'm gonna tell you some of the things people are saying.
What the fuck? And they're just circulating around the airplane.
Yeah. You saw that, right? You saw that, right?
Like a white, like, explosion happened or something. But it didn't even look like an explosion. Like,
it was like it just said boom.
Like a blink.
Like it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like it got sent somewhere or something. They even showed it in thermal.
Yo.
It's the same footage. It's the same footage.
Whoa.
Dog. Bro.
What the fuck is that?
You saw it disappear, right?
Yes.
So you're telling me these aliens just swooped in and just abducted the plane and just nobody even questioned it? We just look at this and move on. Like literally these dudes just pull up out of nowhere and just abducted the plane. And people are just like, yo, that's crazy. And moved on with their life. Like, bro, what? If I had an airplane and 3 little flying balls in the air just abducted it in thin air, like I'm not just gonna be like, oh, that's crazy. Like I'm not stepping foot outside ever again, because like what?
Taylor Swift, did you know she's a clone of the high priestess of the Church of Satan? This is like a famous high priestess of the demonic church. Looks exactly like Taylor Swift.
Ed Gein inspired horror movies, but
Do you know how terrible you have to be in order for Hollywood to not even be able to use the full details of what you did? Like that is like beyond sick. And keep in mind, Hollywood will do whatever it takes to get money, and not even they could go all out on this one. I feel like I've heard about this story before, but this is low-key my first time reacting to it. Yeah, this guy might be up there with the worst.
Speaking of Mark Zuckerberg, did you hear about the house he's building in Hawaii? Freaky.
No.
Freaky. And he's building this very secretive compound. Built walls all around this property so no one can see what he's doing. And everyone working on the site has to sign an NDA. Some of the plans for his lair, mansion, whatever compound got leaked. Basically, it's a mansion, but underneath it is a bigger mansion with like the walls are made out of metal and concrete, blast doors.
No.
and they have their own underground room or whatever to where they can grow their own food. They have their own water supply. He's making its own self-sufficient place. And one of the things had an actual nuclear blast door.
He's getting as far away from civilization as you possibly can be.
The idea, but with being in Hawaii, is I guess you want to be surrounded by water, or just unreachable.
Or just unreachable, probably. But what's creepy is this guy in New Zealand who's a contractor who builds basically underground giant bunkers. He's had over 11 billionaires build bunkers in New Zealand. And it's a reoccurring theme where all these billionaires are like building bunkers and like doing all this weird stuff. It's like, I think they might know something.
You know what's crazy too? If you type in Illuminati backwards on Google search, you know what it comes up?
What?
The National Security Agency site.
Wait, if you type it in?
What do you mean? If you spell Illuminati backwards into Google, then the first link is the National Security Agency.
Is that true?
Yes. You can type it in.
I type it in Google right now.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Mink.
Oh shit.
Mink.
What the fuck?
Mink.
What the Why is that? Why does it do that?
I don't know. Why do you think? Stupid.
National Security Agency. This is actually true.
And yo, bro, this is crazy because celebrities have been clowning it more and more like it's some type of joke now. So I don't know if you know Simu Liu. He was at some award show and he was hosting it.
Yeah.
And he asked one of the Spider-Man guys, I forgot his name.
I don't know. Oh, Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
So he was like, yo, how can I join it? Like, you know about the Illuminati, how can I join it? He's like,
there was this guy, he moved into a house, but when he moved into the house, he didn't realize that the old owner, his son, passed away. Now, he would get knocking at his door at night, and he would hear like kid laughing. So he automatically assumed like, hey, something's going on here. One day, he was walking through a hallway in the house and he could hear a laugh. He walked up to a bathroom from the hallway. He recorded it too. What you could see, it's like clear as day, is
Shadow
like
figure?
a shape of a child, and he goes up to it, and the closer he gets, he like falls back behind where he's hiding, and it just disappears.
wait, there's a video? Oh shit.
A man who was haunted by former owner's son has died. So you can see straight up right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can see it like clear. You can see it like clear. Look.
Wait,
and he
wait.
hides back and it's gone. And then if you listen closely, you can hear the laughing. And then the guy's crying, fam, because he's like so scared.
Yeah. No, that's fucked, fam. That has to be fake,
and it's
fam.
gone.
That has to be fake, bro.
Well, this is what I think when I was staying at that in 2021 when I was living with, that one house, the house. I was in a dark, literally a dark room. Like it was at a club. It was a dark setting, and I'm not gonna say who, but a very, very famous rapper was there. The biggest TikToker at the time was there. Another super, super big pop artist was there. And then it was me and my boy. And there was a bunch of LA people. Very, very dark room. Like couldn't see faces type shit. And it was scary because it wasn't a meeting or anything. But it was just a super dark energy. You could feel dark energy in that shit. It was like y'all gotta say cap. I left after like 30 minutes.
If you ever want to sleep again, you'll scroll away right now because this is the story of a man even more terrifying than the horror movie icons he inspired, like Buffalo Bill, Leatherface, and Norman Bates. This is the nightmarish true story of Ed Gein. I'm Mel Z. I talk about death, true crime, and weird pop culture stuff, so if you're a weirdo too, follow me. Ed Gein was born in La Crosse, Wisconsin in 1906 and was raised in rural isolation. His household was dominated by his fervently religious mother, Augusta, who was controlling and abusive and instilled a crippling shame and fear of sex and women in her two sons. Augusta preached that women were inherently evil, and Ed internalized his devotion and fear and believed that his mother was his only moral anchor. Ed's father, George Gein, died in 1940 from heart failure related to chronic alcoholism. Ed's older brother Henry was disturbed by Ed's obsession with their mother and would often speak poorly of her. In 1944, when he was found dead on the family property after a fire, his death was officially ruled accidental, but later accounts found bruising on his head, and suspicions persist that Ed was likely responsible for his death. After Henry's death, Ed and his mother were now alone on the farm. Just a year later, though, Augusta suffered another stroke and died, leaving Ed alone and obsessed with her memory. Ed became obsessed with the idea of bringing his mother back from the dead, and starting in the 1950s, he began exhuming bodies from the local cemetery of middle-aged women who he thought resembled his mother. The family farm became a house of horrors. He had made lampshades from human skin, bowls out of skulls, masks out of human faces, and he'd begun work on what he called a woman suit, which would allow him to become his mother and actually crawl into her skin. The house was the stuff of nightmares, and a neighbor boy actually told police at one point that he had seen shrunken heads in Ed Gein's house, but nobody seemed to believe him. The house was filled with his findings in the local graves, and in 1954 his behavior intensified when he actually murdered a woman, Mary Hogan. In 1957 he murdered a shop owner, Bernice Warden, who police later found in a horrendous state in his barn. Police began investigating and discovering all of his macabre collection. A sheriff who was on scene was reportedly so traumatized by what he saw that his health deteriorated and he died shortly after. His family believes that it was because of his experience with Ed Gein. Gein was arrested and questioned and admitted to everything and recounted the murders as well as the grave robberies and what he'd been doing in his house. In court, he was initially found mentally incompetent and was institutionalized, but later, in 1968, he was found competent to stand trial and was found guilty of murder, but legally insane, so confined to a mental health facility. While he was in prison, his house burned down. It was likely an act of arson, and shortly after, what was left of the property and the belongings on site were put up for auction. Hundreds of people showed up to buy souvenirs from this horror house. His car that he reportedly transported bodies in was sold at auction and turned into a carnival exhibit where the operator would charge 25 cents for people to look inside Ed Gein's ghoul car. Over time, the community protested the morbid spectacle, and the car was eventually put out of commission, and now nobody really knows where it is. It's supposedly just lost to time. In 1984, Ed Gein died from respiratory failure from lung cancer. He was buried in the family plot in Plainsfield, Wisconsin. His grave became a dark tourist attraction and initially looked like this when he was buried. But slowly, as visitors began chipping away at his grave, it started to really deteriorate until eventually it was stolen in the year 2000, and now it looks like this. Basically just a patch of grass with an unmarked grave. The Gein property is now just an empty lot. This is what it looked like at the time of his arrest, and this is what it looks like now. In the end, Ed Gein was laid to rest in the very cemetery that he had unearthed so many others. Among the graves of women whose bodies he desecrated in the town he terrorized. His plot sits between his mother Augusta, the woman he worshipped and couldn't let go of, and his brother Henry, who many believe he murdered. The irony is chilling. Even in death, Ed Gein remains tethered to the woman he couldn't live without, and surrounded by the dead he once used to try to bring her back. How much worse is the real man compared to the horror movie icons he was based off?
I understand heartbreak could be a very devastating thing, but, you know, having a crush and obsession on your own mother is kind of where I have to draw the line on that. I never thought I'd have to say that in my entire life, but here we are. So, I wasn't even born yet, and this dude was in love with his mother. Like, I was literally still in the loading screen. Like, I haven't even spawned in yet, and this guy's out here having an obsession and a crush on his mother and harming people. Yeah, like, jokes aside, this is actually probably one of the sickest things I've ever heard in my entire life. You know, there's a lot of people that grew up with a lot of trauma, but that does not excuse what they do in the future. Just learn from it, I guess. I mean, I don't know why we'd have to learn from this. I'm pretty sure it's common sense to not, you know, have a crush on your mother and then go out and, you know, hurt people. But unfortunately, some people need that lesson, I guess.
Keep in mind, this guy right now, this is real. Like, he's actually... Listen.
Now I'm going to give you an official update of what's been going on. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but all of it...
Nah, he look. Yeah, he looks to his left, right?
All the videos that I posted were scripted. They're just fake.
So listen. So he's looking to the side.
Sorry to disappoint you guys. I just need to give you one update.
So that was his last video for, I think, 3 months. For 3 months. And then he posts this.
You might not see me post ever again. My videos weren't fake.
Oh, so he says they're not fake. And this is his last video that he ever posted. Look. And he says he sees military on the same mountain. Look. Where he saw the giant. Are we allowed to be talking about this, man? Yo, that's the last time they ever heard about him. And no, he's actually, like, you can Google.
I seen this story about this woman, and she is the first person to take her own life on live TV. This happened in 1974 in Florida to this woman named Christina Chibok. And at the time, she was working for this news station called WXLT TV. She invited a bunch of her coworkers over to her house, and she had like a huge party. And at the party, she was turning it up. She was laughing. She was like actually having a good time. A lot of coworkers like, I've never seen the side of her before. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
What her coworkers didn't know, that was damn near a farewell party for herself.
Really?
Because literally the next day, she goes into work, and she's like a broadcaster, so she's on TV all the time. While she's doing this broadcast, she says the most haunting things. I'm gonna read off exactly what she said, because what she said is absolutely crazy, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
In keeping with the WXLT practice of presenting the most immediate and complete reports of local blood and gut news, TV40 presents what is believed to be a television first and living cover and exclusive coverage of an attempted... Then she literally pulls out a revolver from her bag, puts it behind her right ear.
On camera?
On camera.
Are you kidding me?
I swear, dude. So it broadcasted live, her doing this.
Yeah.
Everyone that was watching live seen it happen.
Wow.
Most people don't really know why she did it, but her family thinks it's because she was going through depression and because she was very lonely at the time.
Bro, that's so dark.
Yeah, dude, it's actually insane. And she had a crush on a dude that worked with her at the news station.
And he got somebody else.
And then he ended up getting with like the sportswoman or the one of the other girls who works with him. And then they both moved to like a different city. And then that kind of like Loki kind of threw off even more.
To him.
You know what I'm saying?
Got to her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you see what Celine Dion did recently with her new clothing brand?
Nah, what's she doing? It's demonic?
It's crazy.
Oh, nah.
So people are calling her clothing line demonic because look at the promo for it. For example,
New Order?
just look at the designs. New World Order on the covers. It's skulls. It's upside down crosses.
Yeah. Random letters.
Random eyes. And look at the promo. Look at the promo. One of the promos is a picture of a little girl holding a book with a goat head, fam. Almost like the Baphomet, like demonic shit. Look at all of these promos for it though. Random eyes covering the eyes covering their eye, upside down crosses, black and white. What's the black and white represent?
Freemasons.
The Freemasons.
Oh my god.
Check this out.
Hospital, Washington.
This is her clothing brand.
For us, they are everything.
Children are everything, bro?
We are only a fraction of their universe.
Look at
We
it.
miss the past. They dream of tomorrow. We may thrust them forward into the future, but the course will always be theirs to choose.
Like, what is this, bro? What is this witchcraft, fam? This is a real promo too. Bag that. And then she put all the babies in her clothing brand. Like, what the hell is this, bro?
And then she gets caught.
I can't believe they called security. I mean, oh, come on, I'm Celine Dion. I'm not spending the night in jail. Holy shit.
What the
Yeah, what is this promo, bro?
They recorded this, edited the whole thing, watched it back over, and said, yeah, let's post this. This is the one. Like, bro, who is in charge of this operation? Like, they said, all right, let's get a bunch of babies dripped out. Let's cast some spells on them. And then let's post it to the world thing. And they really posted this thinking everyone's gonna be like, yo, let's go. This is so fire. I love when you cast spells on babies. Like, bro, what? Yeah, I really don't even know much about this lady. And I'm glad that I don't because, yeah, I don't know. This is just like really weird. Definitely don't get this drip for your babies and don't cast spells on your babies. I mean, I think that was kind of like self-explanatory, but clearly she didn't get the message.
Taylor Swift. Did you know she's a clone of the high priestess of the Church of Satan? This is like a famous high priestess of the demonic church. Looks exactly like Taylor Swift. They share a lot of similarities. They're both singer, songwriters, fam. They both have the same blonde hair, the same facial structure. Look, they even wear the same like lipstick. Look at their eyes. The eyes, fam.
Yeah, that's Taylor,
and the
fam.
eyebrows. Yo, that's exactly Taylor Swift.
That's Taylor.
So one, I think is a music video called for the song called Willow. She uses her piano, and out comes like a golden thread, and out goes this golden thread, and it attracts all of these people. And once the people become in contact with it, they become obsessed with her, and they become almost so obsessed where they become like a cult. And what is Taylor Swift's fandom like?
Yeah, cult, fam.
It's like a cult.
Oh my gosh.
So theory is that she's actually either a clone of her or her just in disguise. And she's using the music in the same way to take people's souls and like make them attached to her.
You know why something evil has to ask permission to come into your house? It sort of goes back to this old belief that nothing evil, nothing negative can enter into your life, can enter into your home unless you give it permission. See, we naturally have this protective barrier surrounding us. Some people call it guardian angels, some people call it, a protective spirit, but we are naturally protected from these sort of things. But these evil, these negative entities try and break us down and get us to open that space, to allow them to come in. And so our homes, where we live, where we love, where we share intimate moments, right? That becomes a protective space. And this evil entity cannot enter through that doorway until you give it permission. Now, this story comes out of North Carolina. There was this woman who said when she was a young girl, she grew up in a small home up in the Appalachian Mountains. And she said when they first moved into this house, she remembers at night hearing what sounded like young children out in the woods laughing and saying things and calling her to come outside. And she would see shadows moving across her window like someone was walking around out there. She just ignored it, and she really had no idea what was going on. And she had heard stories, she had heard rumors from friends, that if anything evil comes to your door or invites you outside, do not listen to them, do not follow. Well, this one particular night, her parents left her in charge of watching her brothers and sisters. And she said they were running around the house playing when all of a sudden she got kind of this sick feeling in her stomach, like something was wrong. And she said her brother started screaming and started freaking out and crying. And she's like, what's going on? Like, what's wrong? And he says, they're coming for us. Like, they're going to get us. They're coming. And she's like, what are you talking about? Who's coming? And he just kept saying, like, they're coming. And all of a sudden they hear boom, 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 like a knock at the front door. So she runs over to the window and she looks out. And she said at the front door was this young boy, with an old-timey haircut and wearing sort of like this blue jacket and blue pants with these like black boots. And she said he just looked out of place. She knew something was wrong. So she calls out to him from behind the door. Yes, like, what do you want? What do you need? And she said this boy responded, please, let me in. Please, let me in. And she's like, no, I'm not supposed to open the door. Mom and Dad are gone. Like, I can't open the door for you. And he's like, please, it's cold. Let me in. And she said, no, you're going to have to go somewhere else. I'm not opening the door. And right as she says that, the lights in the house started to flicker. And she said she took her brothers and sisters, they ran into their mother's room, and she closed the door, and they all just started praying. And finally their parents got home, and they felt safe again. And she said within a couple weeks, it was all over this town that there was a young kid who disappeared. And she felt like that had something to do with whoever was knocking on the door then.
You know how we always talk about the Illuminati loving the number 33?
Yeah.
You know why?
33.
You know where that came from?
Nah. 33, that's your lucky number too.
That's my lucky number too. It's crazy. It's crazy. But the Illuminati and the Freemasons,
okay,
the number 33 is so prevalent in all of their symbolism and just their beliefs and shit. Number 33 is the highest level in Freemasonry too.
Word.
Now, this is what's crazy. So there's these explorers, right? I think it was Admiral Byrd that found like Agartha, the different continent past Antarctica. So this is the theory that Antarctica isn't actually the size we think it is, and it actually borders all around the Earth, and there's different continents outside of it. So we have a huge ice wall, right? The mission that they did in Antarctica was titled Project High Jump.
Okay.
Why is it high jump?
High jump? I don't know.
Because they're going over a wall that's high.
Okay.
Now listen, it's crazy. It's crazy.
What happened?
So the reason they love the number 33 is because supposedly there's 33 different continents outside of the ice wall that's enclosed in Earth.
No way.
33 different continents.
What the happened to Mandy Moore, y'all? Yet another celebrity looking totally different. Am I tripping? Look at her face, y'all. What do you notice? I understand that she's getting older, but bruh, she don't look shit like the Mandy Moore I knew. This was her younger. As you can see, like I said, everybody knows you get older. But y'all, hold up. Look at the picture that's not too long from how she look now. This was some years ago. I'm gonna show you some months ago. Look at the picture, y'all. You tell me what you notice. It's right here in your face. Boom. Bow. Y'all don't notice the trend that these celebrities is going through like drastic changes and nobody seem to know why. They always point to like the obvious, oh, they're getting old, or maybe they got surgery. But why is all these celebrities getting surgery, fool? If that is the case, I don't know, y'all. I just be finding shit highly weird. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this down below in the comments.
I seen this story about this really famous zoologist who actually got arrested for doing nasty stuff with over 30 animals. So it was this guy named Adam Britton. He was a zoologist in Australia. He had like his own little sanctuary type of thing. People said he was a crocodile expert as well at that time. So he became pretty popular to the point where he ended up getting a show on BBC.
Really?
Out there in Australia, yeah, with his wife. Kind of like how Steve Irwin and his wife. The show was on the air for a couple years until everything came crashing down in 2022.
Oh, so this happened like recently?
This was recent-ish.
Oh, I'm thinking this happened like early 2000s type of thing.
So randomly, this person was online and they see this video of this dog. I don't know what part of social media they found this video, but it was a dog that was being abused by someone, but you couldn't see who it was. You just seen like their hands and kind of like the area that they were abusing the dog.
Yeah.
So they're like doing stuff to the dog. They're beating up the dog. They kill the dog on film. As they're watching the film, they notice something that they recognized from that guy, Adam Britton's place. Authorities see the video, they're like, this is super weird. They go to his place because they're like, we have evidence that this could possibly be you. This person was showing us side by sides, whatever the case may be. They searched bro's property. They apparently found child abuse tapes and child you know what on this guy's laptop.
So it was more than just animal stuff.
It was more than just animals as well. He eventually just confesses to everything himself.
What is everything?
He killed over 30 dogs and was raping them. So he would grape them and then kill them.
And did he always record and
He always recorded them as well, and he uploaded them online under a anonymous user.
Wow.
his wife of like 10 years they've been married, or even longer than that probably, she ends up divorcing him too.
She had no clue that he was
She
doing
had
all this
no
stuff.
idea that he was doing any of this. So he was doing this all under her nose. They even found out that he started doing this all the way back when he was 13 years old. He liked to sexually assault horses.
Wow.
And he would do it to many of them when he was 13 years old. And police believe he's been doing this from 2014 all the way up till 2022. But they sentenced him. This is going to surprise you. They only gave this guy 10 years and 5 months.
That's it?
And he got arrested, I think, that same year in 2022. That's it.
So he's going to be out by 2032.
Pretty much.
That's crazy, dude.
Blew my mind. I said, no way.
Okay, so now we got the animal version of Diddy. Like, what is going on today, bro? Like, this is just like... So this dude had it all. He had a family. He had a show. You know, everything was going well. And bro gave it all away because he couldn't stop having relations with animals. Like, bro, what is wrong with you? I don't even think my brain processed that this is a real thing. Like, this is like, it's like top of the line weirdo stuff. This is literally like the animal version of Diddy. Like, he literally got a life sentence too. So it's just the same thing, just a different font. This is like really just getting too weird.
I had a story just about a guy climbing a mountain though, because I seen it was trending now. So I'll paint the picture. It was people, you know, like on the locks, like when you climb up a high mountain, you're connected to people, right? This guy unlocks himself, and I think allegedly what happened was he was trying to take a photo. That's why he unlocked himself.
Yeah.
But he was sliding so slowly down the mountain, and it was so like disturbing to look at because everyone was just looking at him, and he just pummeled to death.
Oh my god.
You want to see it, like how slow he was sliding?
So nobody helped him, or
No, people were just looking. That's why it was so weird.
they were just probably confused.
Yeah, no, and it's like, what? I'm gonna unlock myself to save you? We're both gonna die.
Damn.
Look, you see this guy?
Yeah. Oh shit.
Everyone just stopped.
And they can't do
They
anything.
can't do anything. You see him die.
Oh my god.
He slid off the mountain. I think it was one of the highest peaks in
Did he
China.
have no sticks?
No.
Oh god.
He tried jumping to like to get like
dig
some
into the snow?
momentum.
Oh my goodness.
Fam
man.
couldn't.
That's
and then
sad.
the bottom was all rocks, fam.
That's sad.
Crazy. Like,
Do you ever wonder why humans grow beards?
Nah.
Like, we have the ability to grow beards, right?
Yeah, it's just-
facial hair, right? And some people, they don't grow beard or facial hair at
Asians,
all.
yeah.
There's actually a scientific purpose for facial hair and beards in general. It's for hand-to-hand combat. Long time ago, all of the warriors would grow beards. Now, they did a scientific study.
But before continuing, I wanted to warn you guys. Phones were being spied on by a blue radio app. Click on this icon, then on more. If you see it, delete it immediately.
They simulated a face, and they simulated a bald face,
Yeah.
a face with a little bit of stubble, and a face with a full-fledged beard. And they tested it, putting pressure the same amount that a punch could, right?
Okay.
They found out that the bald face, every single time they simulated the punch, it would break the jaw. When using an unshaven face with a full beard, it only broke 45% of the time. So the theory is that our ancestors, if you can grow a beard,
Yeah.
you're probably have an ancestry of warriors or fighters. And that's why, look at women. Women don't need to fight because historically, it was usually the men that went into combat. And then that's why they were the ones growing beards. There's a map in Minecraft that you can download and load up, and it's banned in several countries.
why?
This is a banned Minecraft map in multiple countries. This map is the Uncensored Library, and it contains hundreds of written books in-game. And I bet you're wondering how books made this illegal. Nearly every Minecraft world has written books. Well, these books contain leaked confidential documents that expose government secrets from countries across the world. Some of these are so illegal that I can't even show you.
It's a user-made Minecraft map, and it has written books of CIA secrets, conspiracy theories, and books that are banned in other countries. So specifically in China, there's a lot of books that are banned. You can imagine like 48 Laws of Power and all these other like psychology books, right? Banned, but they have access through it through Minecraft.
because they can download that map and then read it on the Minecraft books.
Oh, Minecraft is deadass just not a game, bro. Minecraft is life, bro.
So-
Yo, but on the topic of voodoo, I don't know if you seen the guy that went on a whole side quest to meet like a voodoo priest. Did you see it? He
I haven't
vlogged
seen
it.
it.
He vlogged
No.
the whole thing. It was crazy.
Was it a cannibal or no?
No, it wasn't. It was somewhere in Benin. I don't know if you know where that is. Like maybe like Africa.
Mhm.
But he met like one of the priest's son. And he was like, okay, if you want to meet my dad, which is like, he'll do a ritual for you, you're going to need to collect items. So it was that as like a side quest.
Yeah.
Oh, we would have to go to markets. We would have to get like this charm just to meet him. But
Just to keep themselves protected?
yes, to keep themselves protected. And one of them, which is really interesting, it was a dried owl.
Oh, what the fuck?
And I'm like, oh.
Like a
what?
bird.
Yeah, it was like a dried owl. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this, right?
Mhm.
And the guy was explaining, the priest kid, he was like, oh, in witchcraft, we believe that owls turn into witches and that, oh, this can protect you from other witches trying to get in your like ritual.
Oh my
Because there's
God.
already a witch with you.
Wait,
Yeah.
what the
Yeah.
fuck? Oh, is that why in Harry Potter they have owls?
Yes, yes. And in Mexican folklore, there's something called, I forgot, there's like an urban legend
Yeah.
where an owl would turn into a witch at night.
Whoa.
Yeah, because that's what it represents.
These women murdered this 24-year-old girl because she photobombed their picture.
Bro, I actually seen this post before.
It's so insane.
Yeah,
And
I
this-
just don't know all the details of
Yeah.
it, but I just heard about this though.
Dude, this happened in 2014 in Santa Ana, and it was about this 24-year-old girl named Kim Pham. So she decided one night that she just wanted to go out into the city and go to like a nightclub. As she's, I think, walking to or coming from the club, there are these two women that were taking a picture. She ends up walking in front of the frame as they're taking the picture, not knowing that these girls were taking a picture. She just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, yeah.
These two women get super pissed. They all start going back and forth, and she's trying to explain to them that she didn't do it on purpose, and I didn't mean to photobomb you guys'
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
Like it was an accident. These girls start getting super violent that they start jumping this girl literally
Wow,
in front
right
of
there
this,
and there.
right there on the strip. They just start beating her up, and what's super sad about it is everybody around just pulled out their phone and recorded it, and there's video footage of when this happened. Yeah, it's up on YouTube. You could see it. They beat her up so bad that they leave this girl brain dead. Eventually, I think someone that was by the club calls the ambulance. Ambulances come, they take her to the hospital, and family ends up finding out about all of this. A couple days later, her family decided to pull the plug on this girl because they were like, yeah, dude, it looks bad. And eventually this girl, Kim Pham, lost her life a couple days after she had this incident outside of that club. And both of the girls' names were Vanessa Zavala and Candice Berto. Both of these women were only sentenced to 6 years.
That's it.
They only got sentenced to 6 years in prison.
For killing her.
For literally ending her life outside of this club, yes. For no reason at all. Yeah.
There's a lot of people on this earth that just need to be humbled, because there is no possible way that this lady lost her life because these two people got mad that she walked in the way of the picture. They could have just taken another picture. Like, some people just have a lot of ego and a lot of built up anger and trauma, and they just take it out on anything they can, and they think it's justifiable, which is just like not right at all. We're literally just walking in the way of people. So that just tells you there's a lot of people that are not in the right state of mind. So, y'all gotta be safe out there. And like, why do they get such a light punishment? Like, they literally took somebody's life for such a stupid reason. This whole situation is just like really messed up, but rest in peace to the person that passed away.
This woman was killed and later was propped up to appear like she was alive, so this guy was gonna be able to get ransom money.
Really?
Yes. There was this 18-year-old girl named Samantha Koenig who lived in Alaska at the time, and this was in 2012. She worked as a barista, and one night she was at her shop working there. I think it was by herself, and it was around closing time. Randomly, this man named Israel Keys, he enters her shop. Immediately, this guy goes back there and starts attacking her. He eventually ends up kidnapping this girl from her job at the time. So he takes her, goes to his house, and for hours, this guy was this girl. And when he was done with her, he murdered her inside of his place. So her parents were sitting there thinking, when is Samantha coming home? It's already super late. This isn't the usual time that she, stays out. Her parents go to her job. They call the police. They do a bunch of things to try to see what's going on. Police start looking for this girl, and it gets so big that even majority of the city gets involved to try to find this girl, Samantha.
Yeah.
At the same time while this is happening, this guy, Israel, decided to go on a cruise. He comes back to hear the news, so he kind of panics and is like, holy, I gotta find out what I can do about this. So he comes up with this plan where he goes and grabs her body wherever he stashed it, cleans her up, props her up, he braids her hair, duct tapes her mouth closed, and literally sews her eyes open so it appears like she's alive.
Dude, I think I remember hearing about this story.
Yes, bro, the picture went viral at this time that a lot of people were seeing. He did this, and he takes a picture of her so he can use it to get ransom money from her family.
Sewing the eyes open is
so dark.
So
like
crazy.
The image is so eerie to me. Like looking at the image, it looks so scary.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It looks so scary because you can see there's no life in her eyes.
Yeah, you can already tell she's gone.
Beyonce thought she sealed the deal when she and Jay allegedly got rid of Kathy White, but as the saying goes, what goes on in the dark shall come to the light, and baby, the light is finally here. Not only are Bey and Jay getting accused of orchestrating Kathy's death, but word on the street is that Blue's real mother is Kathy White. Apparently, Bey agreed to have Kathy be her surrogate, while she paraded around with a fake baby bump to convince folks that she was actually pregnant. Turns out they made this agreement after Bey found out Kathy and Jay were having an affair behind her back. However, after Kathy fulfilled her part of the deal, Bey allegedly put a hit on her and allegedly ended her life.
You know, in Hollywood and in the industry and the stuff we do, there's a lot of like insider secrets to keeping your career going.
Soul. Ever since I sold my soul, I haven't been happy ever since. The demon asked me, are you sure you want to sacrifice someone that you love? I said, no. When you sell your soul, you got to sacrifice someone that you would love. I sacrificed myself and stuff like that.
It makes me happy that I'm able to afford what I want, and it makes me happy that I get to treat my family. But I feel like the way that I have money kind of took away a lot of my happiness, because I remember when a lot of people didn't used to know me and I was stripping and I was broke. I wasn't broke, but I didn't have much money, but I was happy because I get to do whatever I want, and I could have an opinion, and I wasn't limited to the things that wanted to come out my mouth. Like, I was happy. Sometimes I feel like depressed because it's like I could have a good day.
Just the music industry, being famous.
I wouldn't blame it on the industry. It's all about how you go about it, and I'm not that strong.
That's important to be self-aware about, man.
I cry a lot, literally. Yeah, I'm at a point I know it's okay. Like my wife, I don't know, bro.
This here, Hollywood Records contract, and I'm signing it. I'm going to have my first record ever and selling my soul to Hollywood Records. That's what I'm doing. Hi! Isn't that right? Hi!
About, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. Because I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, so I sold my soul to the devil. Well, needless to say, sold my soul.
I so badly want to be Catherine Hudson that I don't even want to look like Katy Perry anymore sometimes.
Because I'm a devil worshiper, what are you talking about?
Telling you facts. Hear it. This industry is not what it seems to be. Listen, this is a rapper, you got 200 followers. I bet you there's rappers in here right now that can rap way better than you. You can rap way better than me. You will never be where I'm at because this industry is rigged.
The whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted. I've seen so many people forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not worth it.
The Appalachian Mountains. You know how there's feral people out there?
Really?
Yeah.
Cannibals?
Yeah, there's cannibals. There's a lot of walking spirits out in those mountains, right?
Yeah.
But one girl, she did a B&B, just a little cottage, right? In the mountains. Everything was chill, but on the counter, they saw a letter, right? I feel her watching. I know I shouldn't have looked. She was closer to the house than I expected. So saying you're in a B&B and you see this notebook. So they're like, wait, what's going on?
This is like the past person that stayed there.
Yes. And then all it said, the last one was, the creek covered the sounds of her steps. The creek, right?
Yeah.
So the girl, she's smart. She's vlogging this on TikTok and showing all the people. She looks out and outside is a creek. And past the creek is a little like cabin or like a, what do you call those, trailers? And that night specifically, it was open. Like the light was open. So obviously that note is talking about whatever's happening over there. Right? They go to bed, right? And the dad was like, no, we're staying here. We already paid for the B&B. The first victim was the dad. Dad wakes up. He smells like, he said it was the worst smell he smelled in his life, coming from the window. In the morning, right beside their car when they were about to leave, was a comb with very old hair in it. Also stunk, fam. So what I'm thinking is the girl from the RV came and tried to stalk all of them while they were sleeping. I'm glad they dipped and she posted the video, told people not to go back to that B&B because whoever's the next victim is for sure getting targeted.
And we drove home, and I've not been to the Appalachian Mountains since. Be careful if you go to the Appalachian Mountains.
I've seen a lot about this place and I'm starting to get really intrigued by it. So there's another YouTuber that I'm friends with. You guys may know him. His name is Fitty. I might ask him if he wants to go take a trip with me over there, and you know, we'll explore and we'll do a video for y'all. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in, because you know, I've seen a lot about this place. I might need to go find out for myself. Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video made you tremble in your boots, and we're gonna be on to the next one.